see what we're looking like on here. We got a hater on here, of course. Oh, jeez. Of course we would. Of course. Man, people just love to make me look bad, don't they? I'm sorry, but y'all are not going to take me the fuck down. These people don't know who the fuck I am. They don't know what the hell I'm capable of. These people have nothing else better to do except try to ruin my channel. I mean, dude, literally, I don't... Like... shit like that don't happen that quick. You know, like, people report me. Like, that's just the way people are. They like to hate me. They love to hate me. That's all they find as inspiration in their lives is that.
Not more than 2 or 3.
But we're back, so we're here.
85 or 90% of the field will have picked up the legendary Darlington stripe, which means whatever's written on the rear quarter panels on the right side of that car will no longer be written on the rear quarter panels on the right side of that car. When they come off turn number 2, the banking falls away to just 2 degrees. It can get very tight, very hectic, and very ugly at the exit of turn 2 to the Boeing backstretch. Now let's go to the other end of the property, high atop the Earnhardt Towers. Jason Toy of Barbersville, West Virginia.
All right, thanks a lot, Dave. And they filter off that turn number 2, like Dave talked about, 2 degrees of banking, 1,229-foot backstretch, and they get toward the skinny part of the egg of this racetrack. The top part of it here, if you're looking at the egg from about 10,000 feet up, it is turns 3 and 4, 23 degrees of banking. It narrows up here. It's only 62 feet of racetrack between the top and the safer barrier down to the bottom part of this racetrack to work with. The busiest man, the busiest team here yesterday wasn't the guys in the Cup Series or the Xfinity Series. It was the paint crew. A lot of those Darlington stripes were put on those race cars and put on the side of this racetrack here yesterday in turns 3 and 4. We anticipate much of the same thing. Freshly painted walls. That's how they look now. By the time we get to the end of 500 miles tonight, they will not look like that over here in turns 3 and 4. When they filter their way through the racetrack here on this section, they'll go back out on the front stretch. Alex Hayton, Jeff Striegel, and the crew chief, Todd Gordon.
Look forward to hearing both Dave and Jason's calls throughout the running of tonight's race. Field is out on the racetrack with their pace and parade laps. Gives us an opportunity to give you a little bit more of tonight's race from the inside. Now let's go to pit road, presented by Straight Talk Wireless. Straight Talk Wireless, that's the Straight Talk talking. Available at Walmart. We start at the exit of pit road. The Motor Racing Network lead pit reporter from Halstead, Pennsylvania, Steve Post.
Alex, there is a pit crew strap for Joe Gibbs Racing. They swapped up the pit crew between Christopher Bell, who is in the playoff, and his team, and Ty Gibbs, who did not make the playoff. Now, this Ty Gibbs team, on many of the matrices during the course of the regular season, was the third best pit crew. They also won the pit crew championship in May up at North Wilkesboro Speedway, so they have a good pit crew. Christopher, he helped them out as well. The very first pit box here yesterday in that Xfinity Series race, Austin Hill won every race out from pit road out of this pit box. Going to be fun to watch Christopher Bell's team from this first pit box. The new team with that car here tonight at Darlington. To the midsection of pit road, Chris Wilner.
On my end of pit road, Steve Post, it's been all Martin Truex Jr. this season, but coming into the weekend, it's already started off on a little bit of an adverse foot. He got into the wall in qualifying, which ruined his attempt. He starts 31st today, but I talked to him and he said, it doesn't matter. I have the best team in the business that can get me out of adverse situations, and he alluded a lot of that credit to his crew chief, James Small. Martin Truex also says, in a word of warning to the rest of the competitors, this season, going into Darlington, feels a lot like 2017.
He's won at Darlington last season, so no doubt he can do it again tonight. He rolls off
Refresh.
The two-time Cup Series title holder.
Refresh.
That he's known to be a bit of an opportunistic. He is going to go after a big points day here in Darlington, and the easiest way to punch a ticket into the round of 12 is to tame the Lady in Black and make another championship run.
Easier said than done, though. Joey Logano will start 6th here this evening. There's your broadcast team again. It's Dave Moody and Jason Toy in the turns. Pit Road, you've got Steve Post, Chris Wilner, and Alex Weaver. Jeff Striegel alongside Alex Hayton and Todd Gordon. We're ready to go. And by the way, there are 367 laps, Alex, before we know who's going to be celebrating down in Ruoff Mortgage Victory Lane. If you have a question about getting a home loan, visit ruoff.com to learn how you can qualify for a fast and stress-free home loan from Ruoff Mortgage. Welcome home.
So, Todd Gordon, how, as a crew chief, do you break down this race of 500 miles?
Yeah, it's a tough one. You've got the two stages at 115 and 230. I think both of those, you're going to see these guys. You don't worry about fuel mileage. You're worried about tire life. And I would expect to see these guys on pit road twice if you go green for both of those stages. The third stage being a little bit longer could be a 3-stop stage. They've got 11 sets of stickers laying in the box, a set of stickers on the car right now. I would expect them to use all of those and try to have one set left for a late caution.
Alex, let's talk about the term tire fall off and what it means here. They're going to go really, really fast on a brand new set of Goodyear Racing Eagles, but that will go away in a hurry.
It will. Just go 3, maybe 4 laps of green flag action, and those brand new Goodyear tires wear out. It's not the tire fault. Goodyear always brings a great tire to the racetrack. It's just simply Darlington Raceway and how abrasive this race surface is. So what we saw in our 20-minute practice session, lap times slowed down nearly 8 seconds per lap over the life of about 10 laps of green flag running. So the longer you go, the more you slip and slide. The strategy that Todd Gordon just somewhat laid out for us here, there's an awful lot that goes into trying to win at the track. Too tough to tame.
Better have a set of tires when you get down to inside 50 to go, maybe even inside 10 to go. Alex, before we put him on the green flag, and we will do that in one lap. Take a look around this stadium. The crowd on their feet, not a seat to be had.
Nope, sold out here at Darlington Raceway. And before we get the drop of the green flag, which we're getting the one to go right now, we want to say thank you and a tip of the cap to Kerry Tharp, the commander, president of Darlington Raceway. He is retiring at the end of this weekend. So, Kerry, thank you for everything. He was a long-time public relations and communication person inside the sport of NASCAR racing before he's been president of Darlington Raceway for the last 8 years.
Getting ready to go, presented by Geico. Switch to Geico today to see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com to get a rate quote and get started seeing how much you could save. An opportunity right now to punch your ticket into...
It's 87 degrees here in Darlington, South Carolina. Not a cloud in the sky. The sun's still shining brightly. Things will change throughout the running of the Cookout Southern 500. Condition-wise, this track will cool off. The ambient temperature scheduled to drop down into the low 70s. Time to get it going here at Darlington. To call the start of the Cookout Southern 500 for the Motor Racing Network from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Here's Jeff Striegel.
The run for the NASCAR Cup Series Championship begins right now. A Labor Day tradition. The Cookout Southern 500 is under the green flag in front of a sold-out crowd.
Here we go, green flag.
Will lead the field to turn number 1. The battle will be right behind him as they make their way to the banking.
Bell will slide up the banking, sole command of the first spot. The battle for second. Tyler Reddick down to the inside of Denny Hamlin. He'll slide through and take the 2 spot.
Side by side, further back for the 4th position. It's Ryan Blaney towards the outside. Down on the bottom side, it's Brad Keselowski. They'll stay side by side through 3 and 4.
They will, and that's the battle for the number 4 position up off turn number 4. Lap number 1 of the Cookout Southern 500 belongs to Christopher Bell. The battle for 4th continues to be good.
Ryan Blaney's got it, but Brad Keselowski's working on him here in the early going. Now Keselowski will fall back in line. A car length behind Blaney, a car length ahead of Joey Logano.
Pretty much single file all the way through the top 10, side by side further back. Chase Elliott in that spot. He'll take over the position there from Chase Briscoe, but up front it continues to be Christopher Bell.
Bubba Wallace on the move back there in that battle that Jason was just calling. Also up front, it is indeed C. Bell leading over Tyler Reddick early.
He's got 3 car lengths in hand over Reddick. Then it's 5 back to the 3rd place man, Denny Hamlin. 5 more to Ryan Blaney. 5 more to Brad Keselowski. Then 4 to Joey Logano.
As the leaders work their way off of turn number 2, looking straight into the setting sun as they go back into turns 3 and 4. Now back at through the shadows to the middle of the corner. Tyler Reddick all the way towards the outside wall.
Reddick is there. Further back, the battle begins to shape up for position number 10. Austin Cindric has this spot. He'll look in the rearview mirror. Now look left. It's a playoff driver. It's a Ford Mustang. It's Michael McDowell.
McDowell looking down to the inside, but his lane will get shut off by Cindric, who took a lower line on entry into one. He'll actually pull away by a car lane.
Michael McDowell looks to driver's left of Austin Cindric coming off the turn number 2, falls back single file. He looks in his rearview mirror. Here comes Chase Elliott, bringing Bubba Wallace with him on the back end of the top 10.
Chase Elliott will go right to the bottom of the racetrack. Bubba Wallace already up 4 spots since we put him under the green flag. He's got a fast Toyota. Let's follow Bubba back to turn number 1.
Bubba Wallace into the banking of turn number 1. He's got a really good race car here in the early going. Just trying to ride that wall. Now tucks low as he exited turn 2.
Trying to carry that momentum off of turn 2 down the back straightaway. He looks up in front of him, sees Chase Elliott looking to driver's left now with Michael McDowell. Elliott all the way to the bottom part of the racetrack, side by side to the corner.
He is indeed trying to find the grip at the bottom while he's got a good enough tire to get that grip. Can't get the momentum, however. Elliott falls back in line and will regroup at turn 1.
Everybody for the moment in the top 15, top 18. That's on single file at the front of the pack. The lead remains by Carlin.
This five car lane coming back into turn number 3. Little different lines though. Christopher Bell to the bottom side. Tyler Reddick trying to make the top side for him.
Then Joey Logano right in the middle as they come back off turn number 4 early. Seabell, Tyler Reddick, Denny Hamlin, Ryan Blaney, then Brad Keselowski and Joey Logano running right together.
Okay, I don't know why it's sounding like a freaking microwave.
Bell, this time he'll go to the top side. Then Tyler Reddick switches. He goes to the bottom side. That lead now with 6 car lengths, it's down to 2.
It is as Tyler Reddick begins to loom larger now on the back deck lid of the race leader Christopher Bell. The battle on lap number 7 goes to turn 1.
Tyler Reddick running the Michael Jordan Jumpman logo on that Carolina blue machine. Closing the gap. It's down to 5 car lengths as they hit the back straightaway.
2-man race. They've got about 12 car lengths back to Denny Hamlin in the 3rd position. This is the battle for the lead with Christopher Bell up top of the purple Toyota. It's that Carolina blue Toyota with Tyler Reddick 3 car lengths off.
And let's go to our crew chief, Todd Gordon. Todd, 8 laps in. How hard do you want your driver on this long marathon race to be running at this particular point?
Hey, you want to take advantage of the first few laps when you've got all the cars side by side, get all the track position you can, but you've got to settle in and figure out when to be aggressive, when not to. You can't be aggressive sliding the tires around at this point because you're just going to take life out of the tires for the long run. Be I guess, cautiously aggressive. When you see an opportunity to pass a car and make the pass, be clear with it, take a corner or two and be aggressive.
Kyle Larson doing just that. A playoff driver just picked up the 15th position on Chase Briscoe. Further back, 2 more playoff drivers had to come from the back of the field. One of them by just a bad qualifying effort, and Martin Truex Jr. started 31st. He's up to 27th. And then Kyle Busch, who had to go to the tail end of the field for changing the rear toe link after making contact with the safer barrier in practice. Kyle Busch has been able to climb from the back of the field, 36th, up to the 30th position, Jeff.
And let's pick up Martin Truex Jr. He works down the long back straightaway. He'll take his Toyota, Alex, right to the middle of the racetrack. Like you said, he is trying to come from deep in the field. Started 31st today, and here he comes back up and off turn number 4.
Back across the start-finish line, working on another playoff driver back bumper, and that's Stenhouse.
Ricky Stenhouse continues to the top of the racetrack. If anybody in the field is perfectly suited for the job at hand, it's Martin Truex Jr. Very methodical, thinks things through, does not make crazy moves, and Jason Toy, he's causing problems for Ricky Stenhouse.
And he's being very patient about it, not trying to force that Toyota inside, just waiting for the first opportunity to do it. He's got it this time in 4.
So Truex continues to come up through the field. All the while, his teammate, Christopher Bell, has led the first 12 laps. He's done so over Tyler Reddick, Denny Hamlin, Ryan Blaney, and Brad Keselowski. That is your top 5.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. Okay, easy now. You're teaching a kid how to parallel park. Ouch! Turns out he likes to do it by feel. Don't worry, eBay Motors has bumpers, taillights, trunk lids, license plate holders, 122 million parts. Pull up just a little bit. And headlights. They've got lots of headlights. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors. Let's ride.
Wendy's new breakfast 2 for $3 Biggie bundles let you create your own delicious combo. Choose from a sausage biscuit, egg and cheese biscuit, small seasoned potatoes, and a medium hot coffee. But it's obvious which combo's the best. Sausage biscuit and small seasoned potatoes. Well, maybe it's the fresh cracked egg and cheese biscuit with a medium hot coffee. Or 2 savory sausage biscuits. Whichever you pick, you can't go wrong. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new 2 for $3 Biggie bundles.
Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Not valid in a combo. Single item at regular price.
Working lap number 14, and we've got 3 Toyotas right now that are pacing the field in front of a ton of Ford Mustangs. That's Bell, Reddick, and Hamlin in the Toyotas. We'll give you a look at the top 15 when we come back on lap number 15 from Darlington Raceway. This is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
This is Steve Post. If you love sprint cars, you'll love Wing Nation. Join World of Outlaw winner Aaron Evernham and me every Tuesday at noon Eastern Time on Motor Racing Networks and Wing Nation's Facebook pages. We go live with the weekend's winners and newsmakers from around the country each and every week. You can also find the podcast of all past shows on YouTube or subscribe to the podcast on any of your podcast providers. Wing Nation, all sprint cars, all the time.
There's a buzz in the air of Kansas. Maybe it's the roar of fans here at the track, or the anticipation of the playoffs as drivers fight to move on to the next round and keep their championship hopes alive. Maybe it's the pulse of the heartland, the thrill of speed, or the sounds of grills sizzling in the campgrounds. Whatever it is, it will be one memorable weekend. NASCAR Playoffs Weekend at Kansas Speedway, September 8th through the 10th. Get your tickets today at kansasspeedway.com.
16 laps in, Christopher Bell has led all the way. The NASCAR Powerball playoffs are underway right now here at Darlington, presented by Powerball. Powerball, the official lottery game of NASCAR, and home to the NASCAR Powerball playoffs. Chase the Powerball jackpot anytime. Drawings every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday.
The field continues work under the green flag. Lap number 18 is about to go up on the board. So Todd Gordon, it's worth revisiting because strategy will be the key to get those fresh good years. About what lap do you expect these crew chiefs to pull their drivers in?
If I break this down, I feel like it's about 37 or 38, but none of these guys are going to want to be late. So I would look for the cycle to probably start 34, 35. Guys going to pit road want to be early.
All right, so that's coming up here not too far away as we work lap number 19. Alex, I mentioned that we're being led tonight early by 3 Toyotas, then a ton of Fords, and where in the world is the highest running Chevrolet? We'll tell you. It's Bell, Reddick, and Hamlin in the Toyotas. The highest running Ford Mustang, Ryan Blaney over Brad Keselowski, Joey Logano, and Kevin Harvick make up the top 7.
So we'll go on down the rest of the top 10, which are all Ford Mustangs. You've got Chris Buescher in 8th, Eric Almirola 9th, Austin Cindric is 10th, 11th is Michael McDowell, 12th is the highest running Chevrolet, Jeff.
And that is Kyle Larson, then comes Bubba Wallace and Ty Gibbs. One Chevy right now running in the top 14. Christopher Bell continues to show the way.
Now, we were talking about the 2 playoff drivers and Martin Truex Jr. and Kyle Busch coming from towards the tail end of the field. Well, Truex is up to 24th. Busch has come from 36th, dead last to 25th. Alex Weaver, the lowest running playoff driver, started 25th and has fallen back now close to 30th. And that's Ricky Stenhouse Jr. What's going on?
Nothing major to worry about for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. He is describing the car as a little free in turns 1, 2, and 4. They're watching those temperatures, saying it's hot inside of the race car, and hard to believe, this is sarcastically, they're already talking about tires.
Yeah, they're going to be talking about tires all night long, Dave Moody. Just a moment ago, you heard Alex talk about Truex and Kyle Busch. They're running right together on the racetrack, and they're headed back towards you, up in turn number 1.
They are indeed making very methodical progress up through the field. They're closing in on Daniel Suarez and Alex Bowman, who for a moment run side by side up turn 2.
You can racetrack and what it takes to be there at the end of 367 laps. That is to continue to move up methodically. Martin Truex Jr. going to the inside of Daniel Suarez.
They're working their way through the traffic. Christopher Bell keeps as the race leader by 0.8 of a second. Bubba Wallace is still running well. He is back in the number 12 spot. And Bubba, this is not necessarily one of his better tracks by record, but Chris Wilner, he's off to a pretty good start.
He really is, and he was impressed with his qualifying effort just because of the fact that this is not one of his strong suits. But right now, Bubba Wallace is asking his spotter, Freddie Kraft, for some help entering turn 3. We talked about it in the pre-race show. The sun is at that point now in the sky where it's starting to hit the driver's faces directly down the back straightaway. So he's asking Freddie Kraft to literally guide him on entry into turn 3. So drivers are now going to start to battle that as if, the fact they want tires isn't hard enough.
Right now, the top 3, Chris, have pulled away from 4th on back, and the top 3 separated by 10 to 12 car lengths apiece. Bell over Reddick over Denny Hamlin. How hard is it, Todd Gordon? You just heard everybody talking about sun beginning to set. Temperatures will start to go down. Alex and I will talk about it. But what about from a crew chief's position? How does this track change over the course of 500 miles?
Yeah, you see, as it takes rubber down and it gets more shade on it, you feel like you get freer. As the race car builds freer as the runs go on. Trying to stay on top of that, what you can do with it. Turns 3 and 4 at this.
Again, guys, everyone that's stopping by in here, thank you guys so much for coming in here. If you haven't already, make sure and hit that subscribe button. That way you don't miss out on these streams. I do them every single weekend. So again, if you don't want to miss out on them, I would subscribe.
Turn 4 for the race lead, Tyler Reddick, Denny Hamlin, both are beginning to run down Christopher Bell.
And if you remember just 2 laps ago, Dave, it was a separation of some maybe 10 to 12 car lengths apiece, but that's beginning to evaporate.
It absolutely is. This lap traffic dead ahead to compound the problem for Christopher Bell. His lead now is down to just 4 car lengths as they enter onto the rolling back stretch.
They've been consistent here through the early part of this race, but like Dave talked about, they're going to encounter that lap traffic probably more towards the exit of turn number 4. The Rick Ware Racing Duo Fords are right in front of the leaders, all 4.
They come up off of the corner. They stay under the green flag. 27 laps go up on the board. Christopher Bell continues to show the way.
Have you seen the cost of eggs?
My favorite Gen car is the Gen 4. I'm pretty sure a lot of people would agree on that, but yeah.
To $500 instantly. There's no interest, late fees, or credit checks. No joke. You can get extra cash for anything your family needs. Download the Dave app now or go to dave.com. For terms and conditions, go to dave.com/legal. Instant transfer fees apply. Banking services provided by Evolve. Member FDIC.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and I dedicate a lot of my time going fast. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with
Guys. Well, not guys. Maybe just one person. Connor. If it's blurry, refresh the page and reset the quality. There's ways you can do that.
It could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. Visit alz.org/time.
And if that doesn't work, then you must be an Android owner. Or you just have really bad reception.
On lap number 28, Christopher Bell and Tyler Reddick go first.
I'm loving it.
Denny Hamlin is right there in 3rd. Ryan Blaney 4th, and Brad Keselowski is 5th. We do anticipate green flag pit stops coming up in the very near future. From Darlington Raceway, this is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
For 75 years, NASCAR has been making history.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. comes back to the Daytona International Speedway, leading the pack, coming to the line. He will win the Pepsi 400.
Catch the next iconic moment as we celebrate 75 years of NASCAR.
Then your Android is great. Your Android is beautiful.
Drove it and never lifted.
Right.
If your Android has good quality, you're a lucky man.
Of NASCAR.
Hello, I'm Kate Levy. When I was just 10 years old, I lost my father, Joe, in the 9/11 attacks at the World Trade Center. He was a lieutenant in the New York City Fire Department. For 9/11 this year, now a National Day of Service, I'll be doing what my dad loved to do, helping others in need. Please join me by doing your own good deed that day. Visit 911day.org to learn more.
Back here at Darlington Raceway, the first playoff driver to peel off the racetrack under green flag conditions. That's Michael McDowell to Chris Wilner.
They're already done.
No problem, Robert. And again, guys, if you haven't already, make sure and hit that subscribe button. That way you don't miss out on these streams. I do them every single weekend. There's proof. And a lot of people like them. So, yeah. See, that is one thing I will give props to Android and Samsung is their phones. Way more affordable than an iPhone, but if you're worried about quality, you know, like good quality, like if you want to have good quality at an instant, go with Apple. But if you don't care, and as long as, you know, you're looking for something cheap, go with Android.
Well, these pit stops here on lap number 33. Denny Hamlin brings the sports clip car in. Crew around the right side of that automobile. No adjustments on the car. Sunoco Racing fuel plugged in. Denny Hamlin down and away here on the turn one end. Alex Weaver.
Pit Road is a very busy place right now at Darlington. The first taker was Ryan Preece, and I don't know if you guys have checked out social media, but he's got 2 black eyes after that wreck at Daytona. He is back inside of the race car. It was a routine stop for Goodyear Eagles and Sunoco Fuel, but Ryan Preece glad to be back into the race car. Also, the 12 of Ryan Blaney logged in, said he's a little free off of 1 and 2. He asked for an adjustment, a little bit of a balance change. He took for his Goodyear Eagles and Sunoco Fuel.
Chassis adjustment for Kevin Harvick. Rodney Childers calling that as a late audible for a chassis adjustment on that Ford Mustang. Also, Kyle Larson and teammate William Byron are in. Both cars are free, although Kyle Larson said, car came to me. There's the end of that run, all drivers. 4 tires to Sunoco Fuel. Martin Truex Jr., the last playoff driver on my end to visit pit road.
Christopher Bell got pit service back a lap or 2 ago. So did Tyler Reddick. 4 tires, Sunoco Racing Fuel. No adjustment on those cars. Harrison Burton was in. Daniel Flores was in. And Kyle Busch warned about just do not abuse the cars as he works his way forward after starting at the back of the field.
And we've got one penalty to hand out, and that is going to go to Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Too fast, busted on pit road. That will be a pass-through penalty. And right now, everybody has made their stops. And Tyler Reddick, and this is unofficial, we do want to wait for it to cycle around, but Tyler Reddick is being shown as the race leader over Denny Hamlin. Christopher Bell right now is being shown back in 6th position. So, Todd, as we wait for everything to cycle around, you were right on. Get onto pit road early, get the service done, get back out there, keep digging.
Yeah, definitely one of those situations you want to be on the first cycle. Brad Keselowski, really aggressive there on pit road, got himself lead to Ryan Blaney there. Denny Hamlin, Tyler Reddick got out first with another lap in their tires. Christopher Bell, a slow stop there. They lost position on the racetrack.
They did indeed. Now, through this cycle of green flag pit stops, how did the drivers play off?
Oh my God, it's Michael Jordan.
We knew it was going backwards on the initial run, Jeff. Got busted for the pit road speeding penalty. What about Kyle Busch? What about Martin Truex Jr.? Were their teams able to grab another spot or 2 on pit road?
Kyle Busch to 23rd, Truex to 25th. So, Alex, simple answer, no. They really did not. They are still running on the wrong side of the leaderboard, 23rd and 25th, respectively. Top 10 now on lap 38. Tyler Reddick is out front. Denny Hamlin goes second. Brad Keselowski, there's one that picked up a couple of spots on pit road. Brad up to 3rd, Blaney to 4th, Logano to 5th, and C. Bell back to 6th in front of Harvick, Buescher, Larson, and Eric Almirola.
Battle for 5th was on, but it's over. Jason Toy, as quickly as we talk about it, Christopher Bell is on the move.
Christopher Bell not happy with the pit stop, was able to make his way around Joey Logano. Up next for him will be Ryan Blaney.
As he makes his way off turn number 4. Let's follow Christopher Bell. He was the pole winner. He led 33 laps. A slower pit stop has put him back in 5th.
He also waited a little longer, which meant a lap or 2 more on those old tires. That certainly cost him some real estate, but it's real estate that he is quite quickly gobbling back up out on the racetrack.
And once he got past Joey Logano, he opened things up. Now he's cut it down to Ryan Blaney, separation of about 8 car lengths.
All right, let's get a further update on Christopher Bell. Steve Post, you're following that.
The crew went around to the right side of the car, jacked the car up. The car fell off the jack. They had to rejack it. It doesn't take much. One little little misstep like that cost them a bunch of spots. Christopher Bell now up to 5th spot after leading the first segment of this race.
As they make their way around the race course in position number 5, trying to run down Ryan Blaney. 74 laps to go here in stage number 1 of the Cookout Southern 500. So let's take a look at the leaderboard, brought to you by Skechers. Skechers, the comfort and fit specialists. Try Skechers Relax Fit, Wide Fit, Stretch Fit, Arch Fit, and many more.
Tyler Reddick is showing the way right now on lap number 41 over Denny Hamlin, Brad Keselowski, Christopher Bell. Rocketing back up the leaderboard, blowing away Ryan Blaney just a lap ago. Bell back to 4th, and Blaney 5th. Joey Logano 6th, Kevin Harvick 7th, Chris Buescher 8th, Kyle Larson up to 9th, and Eric Almirola completes the top 10.
Running 11th is Austin Cindric. 15th, and Michael McDowell is 5th. Eric Jones 16th, 8th. Jay Allmendinger 17th. Alex Bowman is 18th. Carson Hocevar is 19th. And William Byron is 20th.
21st right now is Corey LaJoie. Running 22nd is Kyle Busch. Chase Briscoe 23rd. Martin Truex Jr. 24th. Ryan Preece 25th. 26th Austin Dillon. 27th to Daniel Suarez. Justin Haley 28th. Ross Chastain 29th. And those are, Alex, the 29 cars on the lead lap. 1 lap down in 30th is Harrison Burton.
31st is Todd Gilliland. 32nd is Ty Dillon. 33rd is J.J. Yaley. Ryan Newman is 34th. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. 35th. And B.J. McLeod is 36th here at Darlington.
Bundling and saving with Geico is an easy choice, so you're free to ponder life's big questions, like what's the best animal in the world if not humans? I'd strongly consider ducks to be somewhere up there on the list. Think about it. Ducks can swim, ducks can fly, and ducks can walk on land. They have access to all terrains. They are the ultimate animal. And they wiggle their butts when they walk, which is funny. Yeah, ducks are awesome. End of story. Bundling and saving with Geico. It's an easy choice.
You have to see it to believe it. Whoever said that must have been talking about Talladega. It's a place where chaos mixes with speed, and the playoffs weekend becomes a lifetime of memories. It's a tradition like no other, and a track like no other. And after it's all over, you still won't believe it ever happened. NASCAR Playoffs Weekend at Talladega, September 30th through October 1st. Get your tickets now at TalladegaSuperspeedway.com.
Back at the Darlington Raceway, so we race the Cookout Southern 500, the 74th renewal of this great speed classic in the sport of NASCAR racing. Cookout and Darlington, fast service and fast cars, a great match. Cookout outdoors style food at max speed. Cookout is where the hamburgers are char grilled, always fresh, never frozen. Goes great with an ice cold Coca-Cola or a shake. So fans, don't forget to race through the Cookout drive-thru for a Cookout tray today. They are open late.
Well, you mentioned fast cars. Maybe the fastest car out there is Christopher Bell. Meanwhile, we've got a battle for the lead. Tyler Reddick under pressure and won.
Reddick in heavy-duty traffic, and he has struggled a bit. Denny Hamlin is up on his back bumper as they close in to put a lap on Ross Chastain.
Denny Hamlin with a monster run through 1 and 2. He is right there on the back deck lid of the Toyota in front of him. And Tyler Reddick, now he'll look to the driver's left, side by side for the lead in the middle of 3 and 4.
Can Denny Hamlin make it stick up off turn number 4 to grab the top spot away? The answer is no. Tyler Reddick will hang on to the race lead for the moment, but Dave, heavy-duty lap traffic awaits.
Lots of work to do. Ross Chastain right in front of the nose at the bottom of the track. Ryan Preece just a car length further up. Here comes Reddick trying to go to the outside of Chastain and can't make it work.
Chastain holding on to that position. He wants to stay on the lead now. Denny Hamlin wants to take over the lead as he works the backside again with Tyler once again. Bottom part of the racetrack not working. Tyler Reddick holds on to the top spot.
He is, but only by inches. Great battle for the lead here at Darlington. We'll pick it up when we come back on lap number 49. It's Reddick over Denny Hamlin from Darlington Raceway. This is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
On your ride home, catch NASCAR Today to keep up with the latest.
Just to think I'm the Daytona 500 winner, I would have never dreamed it.
Every weekday, you'll hear the top news stories in the sport.
It's just an opportunity of a lifetime for me that I had to take.
Plus insights from your favorite drivers.
Can't thank Penske enough and everybody, involved for sticking with me and believing in me. I'm Chase Elliott. Listen to NASCAR Today every weekday right here on the Motor Racing Network.
The year was 1993. The NASCAR Cup Series season kicked off with the Dale and Dale show at the Daytona 500.
Dale Jarrett's got the lead. He goes to the inside. Earnhardt's not going to get it. Dale Jarrett is going to win the Daytona 500 by STP. Earnhardt second.
The 1993 NASCAR Cup Series season. All the highs and lows. Relive them all on MRN's exclusive podcast, The 1993 Season. Available on podcast platforms and MRN.com.
Battle for the lead is basically over, at least at the moment. Tyler Reddick just too strong, and he continues to show the way over Hamlin, Bell, Keselowski, and Blaney. They've got a good battle going on right now for positions 4 and 5. Logano and Harvick going at it. Alex for 6th, then Chris Buescher and Kyle Larson. And I guess we stopped there. The first Chevy in the top 10 so far this afternoon or early evening.
Yeah, you're right about that. Quite frankly, might be the first time we've seen one in the top 10 all weekend long. Kyle Larson beginning to make his presence known for Kyle Larson Hendrick Motorsports, but he's not the only Hendrick driver. William Byron certainly a playoff driver as well, and Chris Woner, William Byron right now marred back around the 20th position.
He really is, Alex, and this has been a plague all weekend is how loose that race car has been. Rudy Buell said we were awful in qualifying. They could not find the rear grip aboard that Chevrolet, and then he said he expected them to fire off loose today, but they certainly did. Williams just screaming on the radio, I can't drive it, it's loose. They made an air pressure adjustment the last time by, says it's a little bit better, but William having trouble picking his way through the field. Again, trying to keep lockstep with Martin Truex Jr., the two in front of the playoff standings.
And right now we've got a battle shaping back up for the lead. Perhaps Denny just cooled the jets, but he's back on it now, Dave.
He is indeed. Ross Chastain hanging on to the tail end of the lead lap has pulled away from the leaders, and now the gap between Reddick and Hamlin is only 5 car lengths.
Denny Hamlin continuing to give chase to Tyler Reddick like they talked about there. 5 lengths separation between the two. Both drivers top side to the middle, 3 and 4.
Making their way up off of turn number 4, continuing to watch the setting sun here in the PD region of South Carolina, and Dave continuing to watch the fight for the lead.
Denny Hamlin is right there. 4 car lengths becomes 3 now as he continues to whittle away at that deficit. Tyler Reddick runs that extreme high line once again off turn 2.
And he carries a ton of momentum coming down the back straightaway. Actually gained a little bit more in that separation, but Denny Hamlin driving it deep into turn number 3. Cut down to 2 car lengths with lap traffic in front of him.
56 laps down, 59 to go in stage number 1. Watching a good battle for the lead between Tyler Reddick, who's got it, and Denny Hamlin, who's trying to take it away.
The race to 1 million is heating up in the NASCAR Powerball.
Again, guys, everyone that's joining right now, if you haven't already, make sure and hit that subscribe button. That way you don't miss out on these streams. I do them every single weekend, and I'm going to try my hardest to not miss a single playoff race. That way y'all can, watch and see who wins the championship. So, again, guys, thank you so much for stopping by, and, just keep up with the support. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Kyle Petty. You may know that Victor Junction provides fun, adaptive, and life-changing experiences for kids.
Hi, I'm Kyle Petty.
Disabilities, serious illnesses, and chronic medical conditions. But did you know the camp is free for the children and families we serve? Your support helps every camper build a foundation to live their best life. Make your gift today at victorjunction.org/donate and feel your heart race.
Separation, just 2 car lengths between Tyler Reddick and Denny Hamlin. Running third, Christopher Bell. He is 2.5 seconds behind this ongoing battle between Reddick and Hamlin. We are 59 laps complete from Darlington Raceway. This is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
Hey racing fans, William Byron here, driver of the number 24 Liberty University Chevy. Did you know that Liberty is not only my sponsor, but also my school? I'm getting a world-class education, and you can too. Whether you study at Liberty's beautiful campus in Virginia, with state-of-the-art facilities and NCAA Division I athletics, or with the convenience of LU's 600-plus online programs, Liberty University has the fit that's right for you. Learn more at liberty.edu/24. Again, that's liberty.edu/24.
NASCAR's next generation of stars drive in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series.
And here they come. Zane Smith now will try to advance his way to the lead.
Catch the excitement of every race right here.
NASCAR has made it official. Zane Smith is a back-to-back winner at the Daytona International Speedway in the opener.
On the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
Welcome back to Darlington Raceway. It is the Cookout Southern 500, 60 down, and, 305 to go or something like that. Alex,
You're
it's
right.
going to be a long night. Tyler Reddick and Hamlin putting on a show for the top spot. They work the Boeing backstretch. They are running about 2 car lengths apart. Then you've got Christopher Bell, Brad Keselowski, and Blaney. But all eyes right now, Alex, for the lead off of 4.
Denny Hamlin's got a good run off turn number 4. He'll pull alongside Tyler Reddick, racing for the top spot with Ross Chastain just in front.
Hamlin to the inside, Reddick to the outside, takes it all the way to the safer barrier. Big head of momentum off the top of 2, nearly scuffs the wall. He checks up and Hamlin's got the lead.
Hamlin's got the lead. He'll slide up in front from Tyler Reddick to take over that top spot. New leader once again here at Darlington. Denny Hamlin put car 11 on top of the scoring pylon.
He is a 3-time Southern 500 winner. He is no stranger, Alex Hayden, to leading here at Darlington.
No, he is not. He is one of the best to do it here at the Darlington Raceway. Now he's worked his way back to the top of the leaderboard. He's had himself a really good weekend already here at Darlington. Has Denny Hamlin picked up the win yesterday in the NASCAR Xfinity Series Sport Clips Haircuts Help a Hero 200.
Right now he is running very fast laps out front. However, the fastest lap of the race so far has been run by Tyler Reddick. He ran a lap at 168.175, presented by Xfinity, introducing the next generation 10G network, only from Xfinity. Get the fastest internet with a reliable connection, so everyone can be online at once. The future starts now. Xfinity, proud premier partner of NASCAR.
While Denny Hamlin continues to show the way, Todd Gordon, it's worth talking about Ross Chastain. Even though Chastain, still the last car on the lead lap, scored in the 28th spot, for the last 25 or so laps, he's been right in front of the race leader, whether it's been Reddick or now Hamlin. How important is this for Chastain?
Yeah, staying on a lead lap, this could be a playoff saver for him, just to keep himself in position. Caution comes out, he comes to pit road, restarts normal. Even if he ends up the first one lap down, he'll be the lucky dog, the wave around car, but that starts tail end, puts you very vulnerable to going a lap down again. This drive by Ross right now, it's a little bit in jeopardy, but still put on quite a fight.
All right, let's take it down to pit road. Chris Wilner is there. Chris, I think if we do the math, we saw cars on pit road at lap 31, 32, 33. You double that, I would expect cars anytime now, correct?
Yeah, and it actually is going to happen right now, Jeff. Kyle Larson, who you guys noted, just really turned on the afterburners here in this last run. Making his way down pit road to his Hendrick Motorsports crew. Said a little bit free, but I'm really happy with the balance of the race car. No adjustments on that Hendrick Motorsports Chevrolet. 4 tires, Sunoco fuel. Michael McDowell, exact opposite. Screaming loose behind the wheel of his Ford Mustang. They're going to get air pressure and a chassis adjustment. 4 tires is the call, and Sunoco Racing fuel for Michael McDowell, trying to dig out of an ill-handling race car situation.
And that will open the floodgates. Here comes Tyler Reddick, the second-place driver at pit road speed, being very cautious. Do not want a penalty here. He makes his way down to pit lane in front of Steve Post.
Tyler Reddick brings that Tar Heel blue Toyota Camry into the crew. He's in around the pit stop now. Going to be 4 tires, Sunoco Racing fuel. I think Kyle Larson kind of tripped him up here by coming as quickly as he did. Now everybody is up Alex Weaver more in front of you.
Joey Logano brought it down pit road for a routine stop. It'll be 4 Goodyear tires at Sunoco Fuel. Logano says he's tight on 3, but loose everywhere else on the racetrack. Steve Post.
Race leader Denny Hamlin is in. Drew around to the right side of that Toyota Camry. A tear off the windshield. Sunoco Racing Fuel going in the left rear of that car. Denny Hamlin a little bit slow maybe on the left side of that race car. Hamlin is down and away. Chris Wilner.
Last lap, Kevin Harvick complaining it's a little tight, but much better this run. They're going to get air pressure adjustment, 4 tires Sunoco Fuel. Also, Mark Truex Jr. trying to march his way through the field, 4 tires and track bar adjustment. And Carson Osabar having a good day, 4 tires Sunoco Fuel and an air pressure adjustment.
Alex Bowman, A.J. Allmendinger, Austin Dillon. Now here comes Bubba Wallace. We are waiting now for Christopher Bell to come to pit road. Eric Almirola will come to pit road right now. Kyle Busch, William Byron, they're on pit road. So Bell is going to leg it out a little bit longer. Kyle Busch making his way down to pit road in front of Steve Post.
Here's Kyle Busch into the attention of his crew. It's been a very solid run from the back of the field. They had to replace the toe link after he scuffed the wall during practice yesterday. Minor chassis adjustment. Left side tires off. Left side tires on. Kyle Busch down and away. Chris?
Driver Bubba Wallace said I had a 4-wheel slide going into turn number 3. They're going to make a chassis adjustment, and they've already sent him on his way with 4 tires Sunoco Fuel. Bubba trying to march his way as well through the field.
Here comes the race leader, Christopher Bell, the current race leader, and your pole sitters led the 36 laps here so far tonight. Steve Post, that purple and white Yahoo Toyota, making his way to you.
He looks around the car, the Wood Brothers car of Harrison Burton, Christopher Bell, all the way in the first pit box. Here he is. 3, 2, 1. Puts the Yahoo Toyota right on the mark. Down to the right side. Pit work going on. Looked like a good one on the right side. Down to the left side. Sunoco Racing Fuel plugged in. 4 Goodyear Racing Eagles. That was a dandy. Christopher Bell down and away.
How will it cycle out? We'll have to wait and see. Alex Bowman, by the way, on pit road twice. He made 2 stops back-to-back. Todd Gordon.
The piece I look at is we've watched this go 32 laps and another 33 laps. To get to the end of the stage here, we've got to go 45 to 47.
By the way, I'm not breathing hard. It's my fan.
Bad pit stop for Bubba Wallace. They had problems on the right front.
Fan ain't really blowing it. I mean, if it's blowing onto the phone, guys, let me know. I'll move it if I have to.
Car. They had to stop, get that unhooked, went back around, and Bubba parked the car a little bit too close to the inside pit wall. Jackman had to go in an odd angle. So from start to finish, that pit stop not very good for Bubba Wallace, and it shows now as he's given up a ton of track position.
Billy Scott representing Tyler Reddick, and that team, though, Alex, did bust off a good stop. They take the lead back from Denny Hamlin, who is second. Kyle Larson and Kevin Harvick have a good battle. Yeah, Larson is all the way to 3rd. Harvick 4th, and Ryan Blaney is your top 5.
Kyle Larson was the first one to come to pit.
And again, guys, if you haven't already, if you enjoy these kind of streams, make sure and subscribe. That way you don't miss out on them. I do them every single weekend. There's proof. Trust me, you wouldn't want to miss out on these streams. So, if you don't want to miss out on these races, I'm just saying, I would subscribe. Hands down, I would.
That's cool.
I'm just trying to help out people. That's all I'm here to do.
Bigger things this year. Everyone plays a part. Be part of the action at Toyota.
And I want to produce y'all content. NASCAR related.
Stock Car Auto Racing Inc.
Welcome to Homestead Miami Speedway, where the sun and sand of South Beach meet the heat of NASCAR playoffs action. An Xfinity and Truck Series doubleheader on Saturday, a Cup Series playoff showdown on Sunday, and the South Florida Fiesta all weekend long. Experience NASCAR Playoffs Weekend at Homestead Miami Speedway, October 21st and 22nd. Get your tickets now at homesteadmiamispeedway.com.
With 39 laps to go in stage number 1, wrapping up our second pit stop of the Cookout Southern 500. Top 5 shakes out like this. Tyler Reddick is the race leader. Denny Hamlin is second. Kyle Larson 3rd. Kevin Harvick is 4th, and Ryan Blaney is 5th. From Darlington Raceway, this is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
Hi, I'm Kyle Petty. You may know that
Hi, I'm Kyle Petty.
provides fun, adaptive, and life-changing experiences for kids with
Hi, I'm Kyle Petty.
illnesses and chronic medical conditions. But did you know?
Yeah, no problem. SZF4 NIAC. I don't know how to say that, but yeah. You called my phone too. I was wanting Never mind. I'll have to talk to you about it later.
I'm MRN lead reporter Steve Post. Go behind the scenes each week.
I was wanting for you to do a selfie, like on Snapchat. I was wanting you to send me a snap of you wearing those sunglasses that you were wearing earlier.
Race.
If you can.
And champions from the NASCAR Cup Series. Your 2022 championship-winning crew chief, Paul Wolf, to the Craftsman Truck Series. The championship-winning crew chief with driver Zane Smith joins us. You can download MRN Crew Call wherever you get your podcasts.
Darlington Raceway, sun continues to set as so many people who have come out here and watched a race at Darlington understand those Darlington sunsets are world famous, and we're getting ourselves another one. You know, I mentioned a moment ago, Todd Gordon, about why it was so important Kyle Larson getting the pit lane first on that sequence of green flag stops. Why was it so important?
Well, if you look at it, over a run of 30 laps, they lose 2 seconds of lap time. They'll fire off at low 30-second laps. By the time they got to lap 30, they were hovering around 32, 32.1, 32.2. By coming a lap before everybody, that's a lap that he doesn't run at 32 seconds, and he runs that lap at a 30-second pace. It's a 2-second advantage on anybody else. Leaps him forward in the position. It puts him where he's got track position that way. He's just got to run another lap longer than everybody else to the end here.
Well, we also know why Alex Bowman came back to pit road, Alex Hayden, and that is because they had a loose lug nut. Nice job by the driver, though, to feel it. It cost them, but it would have cost them dearly if they would have stayed on the track.
Yeah, you're right about that. It's risk versus reward. And in a long marathon race like the Cookout Southern 500, we haven't even got to the end of stage number 1 yet. Don't want to take a chance on creating a problem, let alone the fact that if you put your car in the wall, you can just get yourself in a big mess for the rest of the final 10 races of the year.
Right now we are working lap number 81, and after this round of green flag stops, let's take a look at the leaderboard brought to you by Wendy's. With Wendy's new breakfast 2 for $3 biggie bundles, you can choose the pair you want. Limited time only during breakfast hours. U.S. price and participation may vary. Not valid in a combo, single item at regular price.
Tyler Reddick is the race leader currently. Denny Hamlin rides in the number 2 spot. Kyle Larson is up to 3rd. 4th is Kevin Harvick, and 5th is Ryan Blaney. Christopher Bell goes 6th. Joey Logano is 7th, and Brad Keselowski 8th. Chris Buescher has scored 9th, and 10th is Chase Elliott.
And by the way, those 9 drivers, the top 9, those are all playoff drivers. Chase Elliott, the highest running non-playoff driver, running 10th. Running 11th is Austin Cindric, Eric Almirola. Eric Jones, a 2-time Southern 500 winner, is up to 13th. A.J. Allmendinger, 14th. Playoff drivers go next. Martin Truex Jr., 15th. Bubba Wallace, 16th. Kyle Busch, 17th. And William Byron is 18th. Then you get back to Ty Gibbs and Carson Hocevar running 19th and 20th.
Running 21st is Michael McDowell. 22nd is Chase Briscoe. 23rd is Daniel Suarez. Austin Dillon is the first car 1 lap down, and 24th. 25th, a lap down, Ross Chastain. 26th is Corey LaJoie. 27th is Justin Haley. Harrison Burton is 28th. Ryan Preece 29th, and Ryan Newman is 30th.
Running 31st will be Todd Gilliland, not Todd Gordon. You're going to just stand right here next to us. Todd Gilliland is 31st. J.J. Yaley is 32nd. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., playoff driver, running 33rd in front of Alex Bowman. Ty Dillon and B.J. McLeod, that is your 36 drivers. Everybody's on the racetrack. Lap 85, and Tyler Reddick, Alex Hayden out front.
He has led the most laps so far today. 42 total laps here for Tyler Reddick, and counting over his boss. And that's Denny Hamlin, who's being scored in the 2nd position.
Let's talk a little bit about Christopher Bell, who was lightning quick. He is still lightning quick. Pole sitter And if we go back and revisit Steve Post, he came in with the lead on the first round of green flag stops, but he came back out third. On this most recent round, he came in third. Well, right now, he came back out eighth. They're losing spots on pit road, but I think you can tell us why.
Yeah, the first pit stop was a misstep on the right side. The car fell off the jack, so that explains the first pit stop. The second pit stop, they were very happy with it. Todd Gordon just described the benefit of Kyle Larson pitting a lap earlier than everybody else. Christopher Bell was, I believe, 3 laps, maybe 4 laps behind Larson and a lap or 2 behind everyone else. So he had 4 laps at that slower pace. The reason that Adam Stevens feels comfortable doing with this, they believe they have the best car on the long run. This thing runs to the end of the stage. They feel like they can gain all those spots back and get up and challenge again for the top spot.
Good effort here for Christopher Bell. Yeah, they're having some issues and challenges on the 2 pit stops so far, Jeff, but when you look at the raw numbers, timing and scoring, it doesn't lie.
When he was in 8th, he was 9 seconds behind race leader Tyler Reddick. And right now, Alex Hayden, he has cut that down to 5 seconds back. He has made up 4 seconds on the race leader by pitting on lap 71 when Tyler Reddick pitted on lap 67.
It's a heck of a car that they've got here. They were fastest, obviously, in qualifying as they won the pole position. Now, there's another playoff driver, Jason Toy, on the backstretch in jeopardy of going a lap down to the race leader, Tyler Reddick.
Yeah, Tyler Reddick trying to get past Michael McDowell. He'll slide across the nose of McDowell's Ford, but Denny Hamlin has cut it down. He is following Tyler Reddick through about a half a car length off in 4.
Denny Hamlin wants the lead back here tonight at Darlington Raceway. He is all over the back end of Tyler Reddick. Yet again, the top 2 are in 1.
Reddick has had a little more trouble in lap traffic than Hamlin has. We'll see if that holds again. Coming up on the back bumper now, the Daniel Suarez automobile off turn number 2.
When Tyler Reddick was out front and had clean air, he was a very fast race car, but once he got into this lap traffic, he's losing all of that. There goes Denny Hamlin. He'll rip the wheel down to the left, trying to make a move to the bottom side.
Can't find the grip at the moment. Midway through turn number 4, has a pretty good run here up off the corner. Drag racing down the front stretch of the Darlington Raceway for the top spot.
Battle is on for the lead. Tyler Reddick has the top of the racetrack. Denny Hamlin all the way to the bottom of the banking. He gets a little loose on the inside, keeps the hammer down. He'll take the lead off turn 2.
Move Denny Hamlin back up to the top of the scoring pile on further back, looking for that 3rd position. It is a move right now for Kyle Larson. He goes 3 wide to get around lap vehicles. Kyle Larson setting his sights on Tyler Reddick.
So now we move Larson to 3rd. New leader, lap number 92, and it is Denny Hamlin as he comes flashing across the line. Let's follow Kyle Larson back to turn 1.
Larson is running just a spectacular line. He's coming into turn 1, at least a car width and a half higher than anybody else. Drifts it up to within an inch of the outside wall, and he is making time.
And he's making time, too, on the turn 3 and 4 end of the racetrack. He can put that race car anywhere he wants. He likes the outside, but if he has to go to the middle, he's making a stick there, too. He has about 3 car lengths back to Kevin Harvick.
Harvick is making some noise here in his final Southern 500. Now, Dave just mentioned the line that Kyle Larson is taking on entry to turn number 1. Much different than the traditional line, but Todd Gordon, you spotted this and pointed it out in practice yesterday.
Yeah, he's definitely taken a different approach to turn 1 and how he gets in his place. We're typically used to seeing the guys dropping the left sides down on that dashed line across the apron there. He's entering 2 car widths higher than that, really getting the wall earlier, getting up on that cushion of air up against the wall, and he's really rolling the corner from there. A lot of speed approach to that for Kyle Larson.
21 laps to go in stage number 1. 95 laps are.
Again, guys, everyone that's stopping by here, if you haven't already, make sure and hit that subscribe button. I do these streams every single weekend, and again, guys, if you don't want to miss out on these races, I would consider subscribing because I do these streams quite a lot. So, I mean, again, guys, if you don't want to miss out on these races, make sure and hit that subscribe button. That's all you got to do.
Chris Buescher, the teammates.
I mean, seriously, it'll help you out a lot.
Elliott has his Chevrolet now into the top 10. He's 9th in front of Joey Logano.
Couple of drivers we spotlighted at the drop of the green flag and watching their progress. Two playoff drivers in Martin Truex Jr. and Kyle Busch.
But again, everyone else out there, thank you guys so much for stopping by. And yeah, let's enjoy the stream.
Nose to tail for the better part of this race. Truex has basically been the one that's been opening up all the holes to pass cars, and Kyle Busch has been able to follow his tire tracks. Doing that, they're up to 16th and 17th.
19 laps to go in stage number 1 as we work lap number 96. It's Hamlin, but Tyler Reddick is right there again over Larson, Harvick, and Bell.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. So you ordered a new air filter for your car. You try to install it, but it doesn't fit. So you take a little bit off the sides. Well, still doesn't fit? Well, you could try to sit on it. Or get it right the first time with eBay Guaranteed Fit. When you see the check, you know that part's going to fit. Air filters, brakes, headlights, over 122 million parts. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors, let's ride. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Ruoff Mortgage wants to welcome you home with their fast and stress-free mortgage process. Ruoff knows that when you're ready to move, you want to keep things moving. From the moment you start, Ruoff makes sure the process moves quickly, often twice as fast as other lenders, so you can close quickly and settle in sooner. Visit Ruoff.com to learn how you can qualify for the fastest loan of your life. That's Ruoff, RUOFF.com.
Hamlin continues to show the way, but he's got company now in the form of Tyler Reddick, and guess who? Kyle Larson. The top three are running right together on lap number 98. And by the way, for Denny Hamlin, this is his 17th playoff appearance. His best, a runner-up that came in 2010, looking to become a champion for the first time in his career. From Darlington Raceway, this is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
There's a buzz in the air at Kansas. Maybe it's the roar of fans here at the track, or the anticipation of the playoffs as drivers fight to move on to the next round and keep their championship hopes alive. Maybe it's the pulse of the heartland, the thrill of speed, or the sounds of grills sizzling in the campgrounds. Whatever it is, it will be one memorable weekend. NASCAR Playoffs Weekend at Kansas Speedway, September 8th through the 10th. Get your tickets today at kansasspeedway.com.
Don't miss a moment of NASCAR season.
Chastain drove it and never lifted. Put it against the safer barrier and all the way around the turn. Passes Denny Hamlin.
Check out the Motor Racing Network's coverage of the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, the NASCAR Xfinity Series, and the NASCAR Cup Series on hundreds of local radio stations around the country. Find your local station by going to MRN.com to catch the excitement of NASCAR on the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
I said a moment ago it was a 3-car battle for the lead. I lied. It's a 4-car battle for the lead now because Kevin Harvick has joined this battle up front between Denny Hamlin, Tyler Reddick, and Kyle Larson. Kevin Harvick right now running fourth. Just a moment ago, Dave Moody during our commercial break, Alex, said take a look at the 19. That is Martin Truex Jr. You had the binoculars on him. Did you see anything, notice anything with Martin Truex?
It did not as he flashed by the start-finish line, but Dave Moody clearly had a moment over there in turn 2.
I have no idea what happened, Alex, but he came off turn 2 and absolutely stopped. William Byron passed him. Kyle Busch passed him. A couple of other cars passed him. He lost a good 20 or 25 car lengths, but he's back up to speed now.
Steve Post and Chris Wilner, along with Alex Weaver, they monitor the driver channels and they can tell you exactly what's going on. Let's talk more about Martin Truex Jr. Chris, you were listening in.
Well, it certainly raised the attention of the crew, but he came over the radio as Martin Truex Jr. did and said to his spotter, Drew Herring, he said, I had no idea the 24 was there of William Byron, so he had to get on the binders to not crash Byron off of that corner. So a little bit of a nervous moment there, but all is well in terms of the race car for Martin Truex.
True there.
Thank you, Luigi. Means a lot. Thank you. Seriously.
Still does a lot of the sim work and some of the testing for Joe Gibbs Racing, but he...
Just here to help out anyone that wants to watch NASCAR and that are fans of NASCAR. And just here to entertain the people and produce some content. So, again, thank you, man. It means a lot.
Driver and a talent.
And everyone else out there, again, if you haven't already, make sure and hit that subscribe button. That way you don't miss out on any of these streams. And besides that, I post NASCAR content sometimes during the week whenever I get the chance. But yeah, guys, again, if you don't want to miss out on these streams, make sure you subscribe. That's all you gotta do.
Playoff contenders, and Ross Chastain, he's back in 24th. Michael McDowell is 28th, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is back in 32nd. Stenhouse had that pit road speeding penalty that certainly did not help his efforts here tonight.
We have 9 to go in the stage. Sun setting, lights coming up as we follow the leaders back to turn 1.
Here they come into turn number 1. Denny Hamlin continues to show the way. Keeping an eye on Christopher Bell. He is, for once tonight, not the fastest car on the racetrack. He's given up a couple of spots. His pace is not what it was, Jason Toy, even 5 laps ago.
Felt like Superman when he had those fresher tires and everybody else. He was one of the last to come to pit road. Now he's leveled off a little bit. Not making up any ground. Then again, he's also not losing any ground on 4.
I guess that's a win then, if you're not losing any ground, knowing that you're nearing what could be our first caution flag of the event, just 8 laps away from the conclusion of stage number 1. It's been entertaining, Jeff, here in the opening 107 laps.
Well, how about all of them under the green flag? We have yet to see a caution flag, and this is the longest green flag run we've had here at Darlington Race.
Again, guys, no problem. To people out there that can't get access to cable or television at all or any streaming platform, I'm always here for y'all. So, again, guys, if you don't want to miss out on these streams, hit that subscribe button. That's all you gotta do. I'm here to help out people. I'm here to entertain people and produce some content. I love doing YouTube, you know?
Last position.
But anyway, guys, make sure and subscribe.
Car to Ross Chastain as they exit turn.
Wow, Eric Amarola hit the wall. Wow, I'm so shocked.
In front of Denny Hamlin to try to make sure that his teammate Chastain can get that free pass, Jeff.
Right now, there are 6 laps to go. Denny Hamlin, Tyler Reddick, Kyle Larson, Kevin Harvick, Ryan Blaney, Jason Toy. They will make their way off turn number 2 and into the setting sun.
Well, the shadows are growing longer here down the backstretch, now making up about halfway down the Boeing super stretch here, but it is getting a lot cooler too with those temperatures dropping, and up front it continues to be Denny Hamlin still trying to make a move on Suarez.
Doing all he can to try to get by the driver from Mexico is Denny Hamlin, the race leader. By the line, 5 laps to go in the stage. Hamlin goes to turn 1.
He doesn't need to pass Daniel Suarez. He's got a bit of an advantage over Tyler Reddick, but anybody knows the competitive nature of Denny Hamlin knows that he wants to pass him. He's working hard to do it.
And he wants to try to pass to the outside. The problem is Daniel Suarez is staying like a rock on that outside. He's not giving up that top line. He's going to make Denny Hamlin work to get past him as he tries to stay on the lead lap in front of the leaders.
4 to go. We continue to watch Hamlin, but it's hard not to watch Kyle Larson, who is trying to run down and pick off Tyler Reddick for second.
He's closed in now to just a little more than a car length into turn number 1. Again, running that one-of-a-kind line. Nobody else even attempts it. He looks low off turn 2, but there's nothing there.
Kyle Larson giving us a master class on how to run things early here at Darlington. He's been thinking about putting them down, making passes, now setting his sights on Tyler Reddick, looking for that second position all the way to the outside Darlington wall.
All the while now, 3 laps to go in stage number 1. Across the start-finish line, it's Denny Hamlin. He's got 8 car lengths on that continuing battle for second.
He's still been unable to deal.
Thank you, guys. I love y'all.
Swings to the tail end of the lead lap. Hamlin's got 6 car lengths over Tyler Reddick, 3 more back to Kyle Larson.
Kyle Larson is there in that 3rd position, but also it's not count out Kevin Harvick. He's worked his way up into that 4th spot. He's trying to work his way through that lap traffic. Up front, Denny Hamlin, like Dave talked about, doesn't have to pass him, but he wants to get past him, but Suarez is not moving.
2 laps to go in the stage. Hamlin by 10 car lengths over Tyler Reddick. Reddick's got 3 back to Kyle Larson.
Reddick right now, I think, more interested in playing defense than trying to reel in the leader, as he's got Kyle Larson right there on the back bumper in turn 2.
Kyle Larson making that run down just the lane off the wall, coming off of turn number 2. He kind of pokes the nose of that Chevrolet just to that outside mirror there for Tyler Reddick, letting him know he's there, trying to make the advancement. 2-car length separation in that battle for second.
Can't quite get there as they come to the line. We begin our final lap of stage number 1. Denny Hamlin by 10 car lengths over Tyler Reddick and Kyle Larson.
Hamlin in the catbird seat in terms of the lead. Will go to the bottom of the racetrack, slide up, just follow the Daniel Suarez machine. He's got about 8 car lengths in hand over Reddick.
Don Full collective right now here for Denny Hamlin, working his way down the back straightaway for the final time here in segment number 1. He'll look to the left there. Daniel Suarez, nothing there. Tyler Reddick all the way to the wall as Kyle Larson continues to give chase. But up front, it's Hamlin leading them off 4.
We went green and white checkered flag without a caution. 115 laps consecutively as stage 1 comes to an end, and Denny Hamlin for the 6th time this year has scored a stage win.
Oh shit, Bubba!
The line picking up the stage win over Tyler
Bubba.
Reddick, Kyle Larson, Kevin Harvick,
Bubba
and Ryan
Red.
Blaney. That is your top 5.
Trouble coming off turn 4. We have got one driver that went a little high. You can see the tire track swirling.
Oh shit, Bubba.
That is Bubba Wallace. Made contact right there in the middle part of turn 4. Came to a stop at the entrance of pit road.
All right, we'll follow up there in a moment. Green and white checkered flag is out. Caution flag is out as well. Hamlin, Reddick, Larson, Harvick, Blaney, top 5. The rest of the top 10, Brad Keselowski. Chase Elliott was 7th. Christopher Bell, who hit the wall back on lap 112, will follow up there as well in front of Chris Buescher. He was 9th. And Eric Almirola completing the top 10. Alex Hayden, Denny Hamlin scoring the stage 1 win.
And that look at the top 10 and who scored points in this stage was presented by eBay. Get back on track with eBay Guaranteed Fit. When you see the green check, you know that fits your vehicle. ebaymotors.com. Let's ride. Eligible items only. Exclusion apply.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. My grandpa Lou is the reason why my dad and I started racing, and I'm really proud to follow on his tracks. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. I've learned a lot on this journey with my grandpa Lou, and the memories of my grandpa will always be with me. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Talking about Alzheimer's can be really tough, but if you notice something, have a conversation with your loved one. Encourage them to see a doctor or offer to go with them. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. The Alzheimer's Association provides care, support, and research to help you take control of the situation with your family and manage the disease together. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. Visit alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
4 different drivers have taken a turn leading today's race. Tyler Reddick, Christopher Bell, Denny Hamlin, and J.J. Yaley. Significant because everybody except for Yaley leading 1 lap. Everybody else has been in a Toyota at the front of the field. From Darlington Raceway, this is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
Hey, this is Mike Bagley. Join me along with the cast and crew of the Motor Racing Network every Tuesday night for NASCAR Live. Hear exclusive interviews.
Waking up, coming back to Victory Lane, doing media spot. That's kind of when it really sunk in that, hey, we accomplished something great.
The best moments from each of NASCAR's premier series.
Chastain did a video game move, drove it and never lifted.
As well as break down the upcoming race weekend and more. It's NASCAR Live every Tuesday night at 7 Eastern.
From the infield garages to the race shops, NASCAR Hot Pass is your all-access ticket to the latest news from the sport.
Well, we got them down, now we put our foot on them. Then that's the attitude you gotta have.
I don't think it's a move that can have any success at Martinsville. I still don't know why it worked.
Stay up to date with all of your favorite drivers all year long.
Get to the Final Four is what every driver in NASCAR's goals are.
NASCAR Hot Pass, weekday mornings from the Motor Racing Network.
Lap 118, pit lane is open. Steve Post.
Christopher Bell, the very first pit stop, made some contact with the wall, lost a lot of ground with a loose race car. It's going to be 4 tires, adjustment, Sunoco racing fuel. The race off pit road, Denny Hamlin wins it. Tyler Reddick, Kyle Larson goes out. Kevin Harvick, Ryan Blaney. Busch was in. Daniel Suarez, Chris Buescher, and more in front of you, Chris Wilner.
And Kyle Busch said, I used up my tires on the back half of that run. Just give me a drink bottle and a tear-off. They made a slight air pressure adjustment, 4 tires, and Sunoco Racing fuel. Kevin Harvick said really loose at the end of that run. They made a slight chassis adjustment with 4 tires and fuel. Martin Truex loose as well, 4 tires and fuel, as well as William Byron and Michael McDowell. Wedge, track bar, and air pressure. A lot going on with that Ford Mustang. Alex Weaver.
Ryan Blaney really likes his race car right now. He said that he thinks he's on it and has found something as the track starts to change with the sun going down. They gave him 4 Goodyear Eagles that tear off so he can see outside of the windshield and Sunoco fuel. Brad Keselowski says he just needs a little bit of security. He asked for a wedge adjustment and said he's throwing the back of the car everywhere. But Joey Logano took a little bit of extra time down on pit lane. They opened the hood of the car after that contact with Bubba Wallace on the racetrack. They said that the only thing that the SMT is showing that it could possibly be something with the toe link, but he's back out on the racetrack now, so hopefully no major damage for the 22.
That would be a huge problem for Joey Logano and that race team for sure. After the pit stops, Denny Hamlin is back on top here at Darlington.
Will they find a home? Sponsored by Geico. Susan has always wanted to live in a chateau. I like a certain je ne sais quoi. While Jake is more into the Cape Cod style home.
It's a classic look.
Compromise is tough, but these two won't have to compromise when they bundle home and car insurance with Geico. It's easy, and they can save even more. In the end, Susan and Jake found a Cape Cod style home where they will only speak French.
Bonjour, je t'aime, merci beaucoup, and cordon bleu.
You'll get better with time. Bundling without compromise at geico.com.
Hey racing fans, William Byron here, driver of the number 24 Liberty University Chevy. Did you know that Liberty is not only my sponsor, but also my school? I'm getting a world-class education, and you can too. Whether you study at Liberty's beautiful campus in Virginia, with state-of-the-art facilities and NCAA Division I athletics, or with the convenience of LU's 600-plus online programs, Liberty University has the fit that's right for you. Learn more at liberty.edu/24. Again, that's liberty.edu/24.
One big problem on the pit lane, and that was one of our playoff drivers. Brad Keselowski came to pit road 6th. He exited pit lane in the 16th position. So they gave up a ton of track position on that stop. From Darlington Raceway, this is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
Hi, I'm Kyle Petty. You may know that Dickey Junction provides fun, adaptive.
Hi, I'm Kyle Petty.
For kids.
Hi, I'm Kyle Petty. Hi, I'm Kyle Petty.
Chronic medical conditions. But did you know that campus free for the children and
Oh my God, it's Kyle Petty.
helps every camper build a foundation to live their best life. Make your gift today at victoryjunction.org/donate and feel your heart race.
This is Steve Post. If you love sprint cars, you'll love Wing Nation. Join World of Outlaw winner Aaron Evernham and me every Tuesday at noon Eastern Time on Motor Racing Networks and Wing Nation's Facebook pages. We go live with the weekend's winners and newsmakers from around the country each and every week. You can also find the podcast of all past shows on YouTube or subscribe to the podcast on any of your favorite podcast providers. Wing Nation, all sprint cars, all the time.
Motor Racing Network's coverage from Darlington Raceway is brought to you by Wendy's. Wendy's breakfast 2 for $3 biggie bundles are here. Your perfect duo, just $3. And by eBay Motors. For parts that fit your vehicle, go to eBay Motors and look for the green check. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Welcome back to Darlington Raceway and a beautiful sunset over turns 3 and 4, the smaller end of the Darlington Raceway. So we've just gotten the 1-to-go signal, opportunity for the drivers to choose which lane they want to restart in. Denny Hamlin will choose the outside lane. Tyler Reddick opts for the bottom of the racetrack, and then Kyle Larson, he too wanted to go topside.
Kevin Harvick to the inside, Ryan Blaney to the outside of row 3. Chase up. Like Alex pointed out, the big gainer on pit road, up 4 spots. He's ready to go inside row 3 for a Geico restart presented by Geico. Switch to Geico today to see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com to get a rate quote and get started seeing how much you could save.
With the drivers lining up on the backstretch, the Boeing backstretch, we get set to put him back under the green flag. Todd Gordon, crew chief, we had a long green flag run, 115 laps from the green flag to the green and white checkered flag. Do you anticipate the same here?
It could very well. It very well could. And we would see the guys be aggressive again on how short they want to be onto a 230.
Denny Hamlin, Tyler Reddick, they have been the lap leaders along with C. Bell. Reddick has led 48, Hamlin 35, and Christopher Bell 37. Here they come off of turn number 4, looking to go back under the green flag to begin stage number 2. Denny Hamlin on the throttle first, and he'll get away. Tyler Reddick now is going to be left to battle with Kyle Larson.
Larson to the outside lane. That way the battle for the second spot as he goes to the outside on Reddick. Big head of momentum through the middle of turn 2. A little bit of momentum off the top of 2, but Reddick stays right there.
Side by side for the second spot allows Denny Hamlin to get away by 3 car lengths. Tyler Reddick trying to outbreak Kyle Larson in the corner, trying to slide across the nose. Nothing there. Here comes Larson.
Larson will have nothing to do with that potential slide job by Reddick, and Kyle Larson will take over the number 2 spot. Reddick will recoil in turn 1.
Drop kick back to the number 3 position, but not happy about it, and maybe not for long. It's another 3 car lengths back to Kevin Harvick, who rides 4th. Ryan Blaney is 5th.
Kyle Larson has taken over that second spot. Now he sets his sights on the leader in Denny Hamlin. 2 car length separation on the 2 as they work their way back to turns 3 and 4. Kevin Harvick in that 4th position working the bottom groove.
3 wide going into turn number 3 involving Martin Truex Jr. and he's going to come away picking up a couple of more spots. Let's pick up a couple of teammates doing battle. Chase Elliott and William Byron.
Byron to the bottom of Elliott.
Again, guys, if you haven't already, make sure and hit that subscribe button. That way you don't miss out on any of these races. I stream them every single weekend. So, guys, again, I would subscribe. I mean, if you don't want to miss out on these, I really would.
Byron and Larson now inside the top 5. 2 Hendrick Motorsports Chevrolets working hard. Check that, Byron just outside the top 5. He has an opportunity to try to climb into the top 5. He runs 7th now.
They had their struggles in the early going, but they found the handle on that race car. He rides in the 7th spot, about 4 car lengths back.
As this track continues to get under more and more shape, the Chevrolets coming to life here. William Byron, who got past his teammate Chase Elliott, trying to set his sights on Chris Buescher.
And there's a Chevrolet that has just cracked into the top 10, Alex Hayden, and that is Kyle Busch, who throughout this event has had to come from the tail end of the field and has been among the fastest cars all night long. He continues to climb the leaderboard, now inside the top 10.
He had to start at the back of the field. He got into the wall yesterday in practice. They had to change the right rear toe link of the race car. That's an unapproved adjustment, and had to start today's race at the back of the field. But Todd Gordon digging themselves out of a hole is not a new story for that team.
Yeah, I had a fairly decent conversation with Randall Burnett, the crew chief for Kyle Busch today, as we were talking about it. Coming from the back forward, opportunities with pit cycles and everything else. And something that they feel like they've done a really good job of this year is not letting a situation where they get put in the back become the day ender. They've recovered from things. If you look back to Chicago, they were a caution at lap 6 and came back to a 3rd place finish. They've done a great job of just keeping their focus forward and putting a race together.
Denny Hamlin is at the front of the field, then Larson, Reddick, Harvick, and Blaney, top 5. Chris Buescher, William Byron, Chase Elliott, Eric Almirola, and Kyle Busch. That's your top 10.
Been watching Christopher Bell after the long pit stop and the contact with the wall right at the end of the stage. He's lost 3 spots in 1 single lap. Dave, and he works off turn 2 right now.
It's a real struggle right now. He's got Carson Hocevar using up his back bumper. C. Bell so strong early, but problems have arrived.
And he's trying to work his way back into turn number 3, about a lane off the wall, and forces Carson Hocevar to go all the way down to the white line that separates the banking from the flat part, give him the advantage.
Further up, we've got a good battle going on. Chris Buescher is on the move yet again, Dave.
Chris Buescher to the outside, William Byron to the inside. That's the battle for the 6th spot. William Byron moving up.
He's making it work on that second group, the middle part of the racetrack. He's able to slide up in front of Chris Buescher. Up next for him will be Ryan Blaney, about 4 car lengths in front of him.
Off turn number 4, Blaney has had a solid start to the Cookout Southern 500. Been in the top 10 for the better part of the day. Currently in the number 5 spot, but for how much longer?
Here they come into turns 1 and 2. Fifth spot belongs to Blaney. He's still got about 6, maybe 7 car lengths in hand over Byron.
About 4 car length separation between first to second, second to third, and third to fourth to Kevin Harvick. And then about 7 back there to Ryan Blaney. He is all the way to the outside wall, but losing ground to William Byron.
Alex Hayden, let's stop for a minute, pause for a moment, and talk about C. Bell. He is going the wrong way, and he's doing it in a hurry. Daniel Suarez is going to bypass him up and off turn number 4. A moment ago, Carson Hocevar blew him away. Now LaJoy's working. Was a very fast Toyota. Not anymore.
He's lost 6 spots in 3 laps. Not at all what they're looking for. For more on Christopher Bell, let's go to Steve Post.
Boy, that car is very, very loose. He's been that way along, and what happened during the end of that last stage is he got behind another car, and the nose went away, and he walloped the wall, and that car has not been good since, and right now finds himself dropping back with a loose race car. So your pole sitter and playoff driver, Christopher Bell, hanging on right now, and boy, this is a long way to go with an L-handling race car.
Now, how about this? Harrison Burton will drive by him. Justin Haley now to his inside. Looking on right behind yet another car getting ready to bypass Christopher Bell. The driver that led the field to the green flag here and led Alex the first 37 laps.
He has got his struggles ongoing right now, and we've entered that phase of the Cookout Southern 500 in that transition from 87 degrees and bright sunshine. The lights are on here at Darlington and the sun is setting. We're approaching darkness now. How much does this place change, Todd?
Yeah, it's a place that you've got to keep ahead of. It seems like it gets looser. The front end gains a little grip, the rear end loses some. Guys, you got to keep ahead of these things and let the drivers work around and see where they can find lanes to get themselves to a point where we can stop again.
Jason Toy, take a minute, look over your right shoulder and paint the picture. Beautiful sunset here at the Darlington Raceway.
Looking to the middle of turns 3 and 4, the top side of the egg of this racetrack. It is setting beautifully back behind the South Carolina tree line. They'll kind of a blaze orange across the sky, changing into kind of a hazy purple as it continues to fall down. You talk about the lights. They're glistening off the windshields, off the hoods of these race cars. It's a beautiful night for racing here at Darlington, perhaps one of the best ones. If you want to call it a Chamber of Commerce day, we certainly have got it going on here tonight.
We absolutely do. It is fantastic. It has been all weekend long for this sold-out Southern 500 crowd. Good battle for the second spot. Exits turn 2 involving Ryan Blaney.
Ryan Blaney continuing to do it, battle on that 5th position. Here goes William Byron. He's had a very fast Liberty University Chevrolet. He goes side by side with Blaney for the 5th spot.
Yeah, Blaney has position number 5, but he won't have it for very much longer. Here comes Willie B by him off 4. So it's Hamlin out front. Larson goes second. Tyler Reddick is third. Kevin Harvick has had a very good Kevin Harvick kind of night. Alex, let's talk about that in a moment. He has just been riding there inside the top 5 all night long. William Byron, Blaney, Busher, Elliott, Eric Almirola, and Kyle Busch has kind of leveled off there running 10th. How about Kevin Harvick? His final run here at the Darlington Raceway.
It really is a special track for Kevin Harvick. 3 times he's won here at the track. Too tough to tame. Finished this race 33rd a year ago, so he's looking obviously to improve on that. And with his last chance to win here at Darlington as a Cup Series driver, he's got himself a pretty good mount. About 3 seconds or so behind the race leader, Denny Hamlin. Still a long, long way to go in this one. We haven't even gotten to the halfway point of the Cookout Southern 500. I visited with his car chief, Cheddar Smith, down in garage a little bit earlier today. He said they felt like they were pretty good. They felt like they were a solid 3rd place car, but who knows how the race plays out. A little luck and maybe a little speed as we get into the darkness. He may have a second or a winning car.
Talking about Kevin Harvick, who is right now running in position number 4, career start and final start number 32. A 3-time winner here at the Darlington Raceway. Now he's running right in front of William Byron, who has climbed the leaderboard throughout the event. Now 138 laps, 139 complete. A very fast Chevrolet Camaro. For more on William Byron, here's Chris Wilner.
And Jeff, they had a really bad qualifying effort according to William Byron. Just could not find the grip on that Chevrolet. Rudy People said this is about the point of the race. They were hoping to get the balance right on his Chevrolet, and they did so. William just Stone said, leave it alone for at least the next 2 pit stops. He feels like it's right where they need it to be, getting it closer to where teammate Kyle Larson's balance is, and that's dangerous when you have Larson as well as Chase Elliott now all cracking inside the top 10.
Chase Elliott indeed is up to the number 8 position. All the while, it's Denny Hamlin up front, 140 laps complete. That gives us 90 to go in stage number 2.
And we're back with the action. Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. With an irresistible taste and zero sugar, Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any sports fan. So make sure you... Wait, Jim, I didn't mean try it right now. We're still on the air.
Best Coke ever? Take a taste, Jen.
Really?
No, not right now, Jen. We got a game to call.
Do you have an unused car, truck, motorcycle, boat, or RV taking up space? Put it to good use by donating it to the NASCAR Foundation. Proceeds help fund medical resources for children in our racing community. Your wheels can heal. Call 844-NASCAR-9 and we'll come tow away your vehicle for free. The process is quick and your gift is tax deductible. Call 844-NASCAR-9 to donate your vehicle to the NASCAR Foundation today. Your donation will help our children survive and thrive.
Only one change inside the top 10. It was A.J. Allmendinger who blasted by Kyle Busch. Now Kyle Busch is going to lose the 11th spot to Eric Jones. So Kyle Busch in a lap and a half has given up 2 positions. Denny Hamlin leads Kyle Larson, Tyler Reddick, Kevin Harvick, and William Byron at the front of the field. 87 laps to go in stage number 2. From Darlington Raceway, this is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. My grandpa Lou is the reason why my dad and I started racing, and I'm really proud to follow in his tracks. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. I've learned a lot on this journey with my grandpa Lou, and the memories of my grandpa will always be with me. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Talking about Alzheimer's can be really tough. But if you notice something, have a conversation with your loved one. Encourage them to see a doctor or offer to go with them. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. The Alzheimer's Association provides care, support, and research to help you take control of the situation with your family and manage the disease together. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. Visit alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to Darlington Raceway as the lights are beginning to illuminate this race course. You know, one thing that's a bit odd, though, turns 1 and 2, beautifully illuminated. Front stretch, back stretch the same, but turn number 3 and 4 a little bit darker than the other ones. I'm not sure if there's a light bulb out over there or not, but turns 3 and 4 just a little bit darker than the rest of the racetrack.
Yeah, very, very obvious because you look down the front straightaway, very bright under the lights, same for 1 and 2, and down the Boeing backstretch. And then you get to turns 3 and 4, and you are absolutely correct, Alex. A little darker there than every place else on the track.
Wow, we've got 84 laps to go in the stage. Let's take a look at the leaderboard presented by Sunoco. With over 18 million miles and 700 cup races, Sunoco is proud to be fueling victories for over 20 years as the official fuel of NASCAR. So the next time you're headed to the track or just hitting the road, fill up with Sunoco to keep your engine running strong. Denny Hamlin is the race leader. Second is Kyle Larson. Third is Tyler Reddick. Fourth is Kevin Harvick. Fifth is William Byron. Sixth is Ryan Blaney. Seventh is Chris Buescher. Eighth is Chase Elliott. Eric Almirola ninth, and A.J. Allmendinger is 10th.
Eric Jones right now is running 11th. Kyle Busch is backslid to 12th. We can tell you why here in just a moment. Austin Cindric 13th. Brad Keselowski 14th in front of Truex. Actually, Truex now. And Brad may have a problem. He's on pit road at the moment. We'll follow up there in a moment. Keselowski on pit road. Truex to 14th. Briscoe to 15th. Austin Dillon 16th. The rest of the top 20. Bubba Wallace 17th. Daniel Suarez, Ty Gibbs, and Carson Hocevar making up the top 20. The rest, though, Alex, of the playoff drivers, Ross Chastain 21st, Logano 22nd, Christopher Bell 23rd. Brad Keselowski has fallen to 24th. That may slide even further in a moment. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. 29th, and Michael McDowell is 30th.
Running 31st is Todd Gilliland. Ryan Newman 32nd.
Oh my God, are we gonna have like any crashes at all besides Bubba spinning? I mean, nothing has happened. Nothing.
Has just peeled off the racetrack. Larson is making a pit stop in front of Chris Wilner.
And just like the last time, he's one of the first of the playoff drivers to come, the first to come down pit road. Larson comes to the attention of his crew. 4 tire change with fresh rubber, Sunoco Racing Fuel. Kyle said I got tight there a little bit through 3 and 4. They're going to make an air pressure adjustment. Alex Weaver.
The very first taker on pit road was Brad Keselowski. He had a routine stop on that pit cycle. 4 tires, Sunoco fuel, a windshield tear off. Nothing out of the ordinary for the 6, just trying a different strategy. The 12 of Ryan Blaney also with a routine stop on pit road. Steve Post.
Alex, when Brad Keselowski brought his car in, it was a little quick for everybody, but everybody's up on pit wall. Here comes Denny Hamlin into the attention of the crew. The car has been very, very good. Right side work is done. Quickly around to the left side. Pump and a half of the jack. Sunoco Racing Fuel engaged. Denny Hamlin down and away. Chris Wilmer.
Air pressure adjustment for Kevin Harvick. 4 tires that just starting to get 3 and 4. Bubba Wallace is in 4 tire change, Sunoco fuel. Chase Elliott a track bar adjustment, and William Byron said leave it alone. 4 tires and fuel. Alex Weaver.
A track bar adjustment for the 22 of Joey Logano. No mention of that toe leak or the issue on the racetrack as of recent. Ty Gibbs also brought it down pit road 2. He asked for a small adjustment, a little loose on 3 and 4, and they're off pit road.
All right, so you just heard the mention on Brad Keselowski when he came off the racetrack to pit. Everybody else followed. Tyler Reddick is now on pit road as well. 29, 30, 31 laps into this run, much, much shorter than what we saw earlier in stage number 1. Tyler Reddick is headed towards you, Steve Post.
Billy Scott is the crew chief on that Toyota. That again is the Tar Heel Blue, number 45 car of the Tyler Reddick. Around to the right side they go. Right side work is done. Reddick's been very happy with the car, really likes the balance of it. More Sunoco Racing Fuel. Left side tires on. Looks like a solid stop for Tyler Reddick. Down and away here on lap number 153.
Peels back out onto the racetrack. You'll have to blend in like everybody else. Off turn number 2 over on the Boeing backstretch. Another cycle of green flag pit stops. We'll wait for timing and scoring to cycle around after everybody made their stops. So Todd Gordon, if you look at the lap count, that's lap 148 through lap 153. Where are you at in your process of thinking about when this lap was?
I think this makes sense. Brad Keselowski lost himself in track position at the stage break. They decided to be aggressive, be the first one to come to pit road, kind of start the cycle. If you broke this one out, I felt like 157 was putting in third, so there's just a handful of laps short of that.
Truex making his second stop. We'll follow up down there in a moment. That's not good. That second stop coming at lap 154. And Christopher Bell, probably no choice right now, Alex, but to ride this out. He has not come to pit road. He has cycled to the top of the leaderboard, but that is a wounded race car that Christopher is driving right now.
It is. They're just hoping for a caution flag right now. That is their only play at the moment after they've lost so much speed after getting into the safer barrier a little bit earlier. He has decent pace, certainly not the pace he had early on in the race when he led 39 laps for the drop of the green flag. But what a disaster for Martin Truex Jr. 2 different pit stops in this, and he's now 2 laps down here as we close in on the halfway point of the race.
So it's Bell out front, lap 156, but he has to come to pit road. I would imagine he would like this run to go about another 10 laps and maybe a caution, and then everybody would come to pit road, but Bell could be at least in the top 5. Hamlin's going to run him down and blow him away here in a moment. Hamlin second. Larson is right behind Denny Hamlin, Harvick, Byron, Blaney, Busher, Tyler Reddick, Eric Almirola, Brad Keselowski, and Chase Elliott. So for more on Martin Truex Jr., let's get an update from pit road.
And it was a loose left rear tire on the first pit stop under that green flag exchange for Martin Truex Jr. He had to come back down pit road, and they tightened it up. But costly when you talk about mistakes for Martin Truex Jr. They found the balance of the race car. He was working his way through the field. But this is going to set him back with a loose left rear tire.
Big time. Again, 2 laps down right now, and 32nd spot is Martin Truex Jr. We did have a change for the lead, now a change for second in turn number 1.
It's going quickly because Christopher Bell on those older tires. No match for Kyle Larson and company as they go blazing by like he's tied to a stump.
Yeah, Kyle Larson moves up into that second position. Martin Truex Jr. to his left. He's a couple laps down, but Christopher Bell continuing to free fall through the field.
All right, Alex, let's take a look at it. We're not even halfway. But, and Todd weigh in on this, the number of drivers running for a championship with problems tonight. It started on lap number 33, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., too fast on pit road, and Alex, that put him a lap down. He's not been able to make it back up.
He has not. Michael McDowell, another playoff driver who is a lap down. Currently in the free pass position is McDowell, but he's had problems tonight on the pit road going back and forth, up and down the leaderboard, currently on the downside of things for McDowell.
All right, then it was Christopher Bell on lap 112 when he bounced that Toyota off the wall. He led a lot. As a matter of fact, he's now led 40 laps in total, but that doesn't tell the whole story.
No, the car's been outstanding up until he got into the safer barrier. These cars are durable. They're tough race cars, but they are still machines. If you hit the wall just hard enough, you can bend something in the suspension of the race car. Not sure exactly what the problem is, but clearly the car is not what it was.
2 other ones. Bubba Wallace is the next one of the playoff drivers, lap 115, as we were coming to the green and white checkered flag to wrap up the stage. Bubba with a spin off turn number 4.
He had been running as high as 11th or 12th, had to spin coming to the green and white checkered flag. The only thing I'll give him credit for on that is he didn't really stall the engine. He was able to keep the engine fired, grab a gear, drive away, so he didn't give up that much more track time. Then they botched a pit stop down there, both driver and team, as they had a problem with the right front getting that done. The hose got hung up under the front of the race car. Bubba had the car a little bit too close to the wall, where they had a hard time getting the left side tires changing the jack there. But yeah, big night for Bubba Wallace, not on the good side.
And then finally, Martin Truex Jr., lap 155, a second trip to pit road, and that was costly.
It was huge for Martin Truex Jr. He was a driver that had the opportunity to try to climb the leaderboard. He and Kyle Busch were doing just that. And then Truex come to pit road during green flag conditions, then had to come back with the loose wheel. That's just tough. He's 2 laps down now, back in 31st.
163 down, 204 remain. Denny Hamlin leading over Kyle Larson, Kevin Harvick, William Byron, and Ryan Blaney.
Will they find a home? Sponsored by Geico. Sarah wants a yard. My own little paradise. Brad, however, hates yard work.
The only thing I hate more than cutting the grass is paying someone to cut the grass.
Compromise is tough, but these two won't have to compromise when they bundle home and car insurance with Geico. It's easy, and they can save even more. In the end, Sarah and Brad found a great home with a yard. A very, very small yard.
Time to get it done. And I'm done.
Bundling without compromise at Geico.com.
Wing Nation TV, presented by Sage Fruit, is your go-to destination for all the latest sprint car news and interviews with the stars of sprint car racing from around the country. This is Steve Post. Join Ashley Strubby and me each Friday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time on MAV TV. In Canada, check us out Wednesdays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Rev TV. Ashley and I talk with all the biggest names in sprint car racing every week. If you love sprint cars, make sure you join us on Wing Nation TV.
Lap 164, just a lap ago, we saw Michael McDowell come to pit road, Christopher Bell come to pit road. Bell's going to go at least a lap down. And Martin Truex Jr., by the way, made up 1 lap and is now just 1 lap down. He made up one of those 2 laps. So Truex, 1 lap down. Denny Hamlin shows the way on lap 166 over Kyle Larson from Darlington Raceway. This is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
The race
race to 1 million is heating up in the NASCAR Powerball playoffs. 16 fans are locked in for the chance to win a VIP trip to NASCAR Championship weekend and the $1 million grand prize. Follow along to see who advances and who gets cut. And be sure to watch the $1 million drawing live from Victory Lane at Phoenix Raceway on Sunday, November 5th on NBC. Powerball, the official lottery game of NASCAR and home of the NASCAR Powerball playoff.
Looking for motorsports podcasts you won't find anywhere else? Check out the Motor Racing Network's lineup of exclusive podcasts. MRN Classic Races, Junior's Journey, The Many Hats of Jack Roush, Richard Petty, Road to Royalty, 50 Years of MRN, Jeff Gordon, A Colorful Career, and The Tough Trucks of NASCAR. Find these and more MRN exclusive podcasts on podcast providers and MRN.com.
We have a lot going on, a lot to get to. One of the stories right now, Joey Logano, he is about to go a lap down to Denny Hamlin, and he'll join a whole host of drivers a lap down. There'll be 21 remaining on the lead lap. Ross Chastain will soon be the last car on the lead lap. Another story is out in turns 3 and 4, and Alex Hayden brought it up earlier. It is dark out there, and to tell you why, here's Jason Toy.
Well, the lights that make up this Musco lighting system obviously circle the entire outside of the racetrack, but inside the racetrack, a series of holes and boxes, squares that have a light inside but a mirror background. Those lights amplified by that mirror shine from the inside part of the racetrack and working with the top lights up.
Oh, jeez. Something needs to happen. This race is starting to get to a point where people can fall asleep. I mean, we're getting to that point already, and this is just getting more and more tiring.
Caused an issue a little bit, probably with the driver's perspective working their way through the corners.
So Steve Post, listening to the drivers on the radio, just how big of an issue is it?
I don't think it's a huge issue, but it's something they certainly have noticed out there. You know when you go.
Oh, jeez. Alright, well guys, again, if you haven't already, make sure and hit that subscribe button. That way you don't miss out on any of these streams. I do these race streams just about every single weekend. I mean, pretty self-explanatory. If you subscribe, you don't miss out on these. So, again, guys, I would appreciate it a lot if you do subscribe. But, again, y'all don't have to, but I would highly recommend it to you. If you didn't want to miss out on the races, I would do it. So, yeah. But anyway, guys, thank you so much.
Cars getting old.
Oh my God! Why do we keep going to commercial? Why?
3 and 4, they'll make that decision if it's bright enough with the outside.
This
the sticks or the trees of lights that line the outside of the racetrack from high above. If it's still good enough, and the drivers, apparently as Steve Post reported, drivers seem that it's pretty good for them. They can still manage down there. Then no, we will not stop the race or have a caution flag. So we're going to keep going on.
And we are just past halfway in stage number 2. 174 down, 193 to go. We got a long way to go here tonight. Right now, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Motor Racing Network. This mid-race update is brought to you by Coke Zero Sugar. Coke Zero Sugar tastes so good, people will take a taste any way they can. So when you're enjoying a Coke Zero Sugar, be ready to protect it, because one sip begs the question, is this the best Coke ever? Take a taste and see.
9 lead changes among 4 different drivers through 175 of the 367 laps that make up the Cookout Southern 500. Denny Hamlin has led the most so far, total of 84 laps. Tyler Reddick's led 51 circuits. Christopher Bell's led 40 laps. J.J. Yaley through a cycle of green flag pit stops, led one single lap himself. As we continue on, we've had one caution flag for 6 laps. That was for the conclusion of stage number 1. That was won by Denny Hamlin.
Corey LaJoie is going to bring his car on the pit road. And by the way, that voice belongs to Alex Hayden. He's my broadcast partner. My name is Jeff Striegel. We're joined in the broadcast booth by our crew chief, championship-winning crew chief, Todd Gordon. In the turns tonight, Dave Moody's out just outside of turn number 2. Jason Toy just outside of 3. And on pit road, Steve Post, Chris Wilner, and Alex Weaver.
I mentioned Denny Hamlin's led now 85 laps. Here in 2023, this is the most laps he's led in a single race to this point in the season. So to see Denny Hamlin loves Darlington Raceway would be a huge understatement, Jeff. Something we talked about early on in the broadcast tonight, just how good Denny Hamlin is at this racetrack.
Yeah, he really is good here. And everybody will tell you, you are on pit road and talking to the crew chiefs as we see the caution flag fly, and it may be debris. We're hearing now in our ear, it is for the lights in turn number 3 and 4. You talked about it a moment ago, a safety factor perhaps. Well, NASCAR said, we need to slow them down. Jason, it just continues to get darker and darker outside, meaning it's getting darker and darker inside of 3 and 4.
Yeah, it's getting real dark down here on the inside of turn 3 and 4. But also, too, I noticed a couple of laps ago and watching a couple of drivers trying to make their way onto the pit road. That could be the big hazard right there of having those cars that get down to the bottom part of the racetrack. They get slowed down to that 45 miles per hour or 55 miles per hour, whatever the pit road speed is. It's really dark in that region, and being able to try to see these race cars. Unlike your street cars, they don't have tail lights, they don't have headlights. They need to have something down there on the inside.
With 179 laps complete, we work our second caution flag of the race. Denny Hamlin is the
That
race
does
leader.
look dark. What the hell?
Sir, are you aware you were going 40 miles an hour? This is a residential area.
Sure, but I'm on my lawnmower? Wait, am I getting a ticket?
No.
Dude, it's actually dark out there. What the hell?
Bad boys.
Dude, you look at turns 1 and 2, it's fine. Turns 3 and 4 looks freaking dimmer than shit.
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance.
Alright, the reason why we have a caution out right now is because of the lights in turns 3 and 4. I guess it's a safety concern, so yeah.
NASCAR Today to keep up with the latest.
Just to think I'm the Daytona 500 winner. I would never dreamed it.
Every weekday, you'll hear the top news stories in the sport.
It's just an opportunity of a lifetime for me that I had to take.
Plus insights from your favorite drivers.
Can't thank Penske enough and everybody, involved for sticking with me and believing in me. I'm Chase Elliott. Listen.
Not the type of caution we wanted, but yeah.
We're 7 laps away from the halfway point in the Cookout Southern 500 as we're under the caution flag. No incident on the racetrack. This is for the lack of lights down in the inner bank that Jason Toy described a few laps back. As the sun continues to set, it's about as low as it's going to get right now. Sunset here in the Darlington, South Carolina area is happening as we speak. That means those lights just not illuminating the racetrack over in turns 3 and 4 quite enough right now to continue at high speed. Tracks services and NASCAR working together to try to remedy that.
Wait, for the record, let me just ask this. When was the last time we ever had issues with, field lights? Or track lights, I guess you could say. When was the last time we ever had issues with lights? Because the only other time I ever remember, us having trouble with lights was, I think it was at Daytona, but I can't remember what year it was. It was a while back, way back. I'm pretty sure it was when we were driving the COT cars, I think. I can't remember.
And stress-free. Visit Ruoff.com to learn more. That's Ruoff.com.
Jeff Gordon wins the Daytona 500.
Jeff Gordon's rise to one of NASCAR's all-time greatest drivers was one like no other. Relive Jeff Gordon's journey to the NASCAR Hall of Fame with the exclusive MRN podcast, Jeff Gordon, A Colorful Career. 93 Cup Series wins, 4 Cup Series championships, and 3 Daytona 500 wins. A career rivaled by few others. Check out MRN's Jeff Gordon, A Colorful Career on podcast platforms and MRN.com.
the Cookout Southern 500 at Darlington Raceway, working caution for the second time tonight. This again for the problem with the lights of the racetrack over in turn number 3. Cookout and Darlington, fast service and fast cars. A great match.
Hey guys, you know what you should do right now? You should subscribe. If you don't subscribe, I'm gonna go to your house and eat your dinner.
Hey,
yeah, I'm gonna go to your house and eat all your food.
Racetrack, but it may pick up on pit road. Green light on, and that means we may see everybody coming to pit road. Some may take a wave around to try to get back on the lead
Hey, they're
lap.
pitting.
We'll let you know if that happens as they come to pit road. Alex Weaver, here they come.
Here they come as Ryan Blaney brings it in from the 6th position. He is saying that he's tight on the restart, 4-wheel drift into 1. Entry into 3 is okay, so he says, can I have an adjustment? His crew chief, Jonathan Hassler, said, let's not do it right now, but the next yellow flag stop, we'll give you some changes. Chris Wilner, they're coming to you.
Kyle Larson into his box says I need to be tightened up in the rear, so they use an air pressure adjustment. 4 tires. Kevin Harvick also losing rear grip, as well as William Byron and Chase Elliott down and away, all with 4 fresh tires of Sunoco fuel. Steve Post.
Denny Hamlin reports the car is good, a little tight in traffic. He's going to win the race off pit road. William Byron, Kyle Larson, Kevin Harvick, and Tyler Reddick, your fast 5 off from pit road. Eric Jones was in. Very happy with that race car. No adjustments.
Holy shit, what the hell?
Busch, a very good run on that one as well on that race car. 4 tires and...
Did you see Chris Buescher's car? That motherfucker was on fire. What the hell?
Yeah, there's a big fire illuminated there. It looked like the overflow of the gas came out of the left rear corner of the race car, and that ignited down there. Todd, something that unfortunately happens from time to time.
It does. It looks like they must have spooled the socket up before they engaged the nut on the left rear and caused it to spin and spark. With the way you put these things in and then engage, you won't see the sparks, but there was fuel there, and that's just part of what happens with this. As soon as he drove away, the car blew out, and they got the fire off in the pit box.
Yes, it was indeed on the car of Chris Buescher, who has been having a very good run here tonight, along with Brad Keselowski. Brad, if you remember, an issue on pit road kind of knocked him down the leaderboard all the way back to unofficially 16th. Wave around time, it looks like Bowman will take it, McDowell will take it, and some of the others. An opportunity. Christopher Bell will not take it. We thought he may stay on the racetrack. He had the freshest tires, but he is on pit road right now. But a couple of drivers will take it. That's a gamble, but when you're a lap down or more, you might as well roll the dice.
Absolutely. You got to do what you got to do to try to get some of the track position back. For drivers like Martin Truex Jr., Christopher Bell, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr., 3 playoff drivers, they were the ones at opportunity come down the pit lane to try to get 4 fresh Goodyear Eagles and some Sunoco fuel. Joey Logano is back on the pit lane. Now, Logano is the beneficiary of the free pass, so Logano will get back on the lead lap. After being shoved into the safer barrier earlier by Bubba Wallace, they're still trying to work out the right side of that yellow and red Shell Pennzoil Ford.
So what we hear now from NASCAR is they are working with the power company locally here to try to determine why the power is out. In the meantime, NASCAR is also working with the drivers and the race teams. They want to know from the drivers, do you feel confident, comfortable if we go back under the green flag? And then as well, that's going on as well, Alex. The track, like you pointed out, all of the safety workers, everybody involved with the facilities program here at Darlington, working together to try to find out what the cause is and why those lights do not come on. It's dark up there, but, you know, I also think that we don't want to overstate it. It's darker than the rest of the track, but certainly... what do you think, Todd?
I've seen Saturday night racetracks that race in that type of lighting all night long. So we're spoiled by how great the Musco lighting is here. It's not dark, but it's dimmer down there, and I think it's different than what we've got. I do think that, as we carried laps on through there. I wouldn't be totally against going green under this lighting condition.
We'll wait and see how this plays out. Right now, we're going to stay under the caution flag.
Bundling and saving with Geico is an easy choice, so you're free to ponder life's big questions, like, what's the best animal in the world if not humans? I'd strongly consider ducks to be somewhere up there on the list. Think about it. Ducks can swim, ducks can fly, and ducks can walk on land. They have access to all terrains. They are the ultimate animal. And they wiggle their butts when they walk, which is funny. Yeah, ducks are awesome. End of story. Bundling and saving with Geico. It's an easy choice.
NASCAR's next generation of stars drive in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series.
And here they come. Zane Smith now will try to advance his way to the lead.
Catch the...
Bro, look how freaking dark it is. Holy shit.
Has made it official. Zane Smith is a back-to-back winner at the Daytona International Speedway in the opener.
On the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
Denny Hamlin still the race leader under caution. William Byron, Kyle Larson, Kevin Harvick, and Tyler Reddick are the top 5 from Darlington Raceway. This is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
Hey racing fans, William Byron here, driver of the number 24 Liberty University Chevy. Did you know that Liberty is not only my sponsor, but also my school? I'm getting a world-class education, and you can too. Whether you study at Liberty's beautiful campus in Virginia, with state-of-the-art facilities and NCAA Division I athletics, or with the convenience of LU's 600-plus online programs, Liberty University has the fit that's right for you. Learn more at liberty.edu/24. Again, that's liberty.edu/24.
MRN Classic Races.
Ricky Rudd wins the Budweiser at McGlen.
Covering over 50 years of NASCAR racing on the Motor Racing
Here
Network.
comes Junior to the bottom. Dale Earnhardt Jr. ducks low on Stewart. They bang him in 3. Earnhardt is there. They bang again in 4.
Jeff Bodine is going to lead the first lap of the Busch 500. Dale Earnhardt is going to win the Daytona 500 in his 20th try. Trying to maintain that lead as he moves off turn 2.
MRN Classic Races available on your favorite podcast platform.
Back here at the Darlington Raceway, while the Power and Light Company continues to work with the racetrack and NASCAR officials about getting turns 3 and 4 a little brighter down there, gives us the opportunity to take a look at the leaderboard. Brought to you by Wendy's. With Wendy's new breakfast, 2 for $3 biggie bundles, you can choose the pair you want. Limited time only during breakfast hours. U.S. price and participation may vary. Not valid in a combo. Single item at regular price.
186, lap 186. Denny Hamlin is at the front of the field, and he leads right now under caution over William Byron and Willie B's teammate, Kyle Larson. They go 2-3. Kevin Harvick is 4th. Tyler Reddick is 5th, and Eric Jones has come all the way up the leaderboard, and no surprise there, he is running in position number 6. Ryan Blaney is 7th, Chase Elliott 8th, Kyle Busch 9th, and Eric Almirola is 10th.
Brad Keselowski is 11th. Chase Briscoe goes 12th. Chris Buescher is 13th. Austin Dillon is 14th. Daniel Suarez is 15th, and Bubba Wallace 16th. A.J. Allmendinger's back in 17th. Carson Hocevar is 18th. 19th is Ty Gibbs. 20th is Ross Chastain.
Austin Cindric is 21st, then Joey Logano, but he is on pit road time and time again. Logano at the moment's being shown 22nd, the last car on the lead lap. 1 lap down, Christopher Bell 23rd, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. 24th, Harrison Burton 25th, Martin Truex Jr. 26th, followed by Justin Haley, Alex Bowman, Michael McDowell, and Todd Gilliland. That makes up your top 30.
The rest of the drivers on the track: Ryan Newman 31st, J.J. Haley's 32nd, 33rd is Corey LaJoie, 34th is Ryan Preece, 35th is Ty Dillon, and 36th is B.J. McLeod. All 36 starters still on the racetrack.
Under the caution flag because of the lights in turns 3 and 4. What are the drivers saying to NASCAR? How about more importantly, what is Kyle Larson saying? What is he saying, Chris?
Well, Jeff, of course, Kyle Larson, an accomplished dirt track racer in the sprint car world, he said, this reminds me of Wayne County Speedway over in Ohio. Again, Kyle runs the High Limit Sprint Car Series when he's not here running the NASCAR Cup Series, and he said, I like it. I feel like I can still see a little bit, although I would like to see the top side of turn 3 and 4 a little bit better. But Kyle, one of those drivers that's used to some limited lighting when it comes to grassroots racing. So Kyle may be a little bit different of an opinion than some of the Cup Series regulars that want a little bit more vision, but definitely the top side of 3 and 4 is the focal point. Need to see a little bit, especially when we get down toward the nitty-gritty of this, and get yourself an opportunity to not make a mistake. But Kyle kind of reminds me of the dirt track here at Darlington.
It really does. By the way, we are past halfway here in the Cookout Southern 500. Lap 188 of 367 is about to go up on the board. That'll give us 42 laps to go here in stage number 2.
So we've got a couple of drivers that are not championship eligible running in the top 10. In fact, 3 of them, and I think 3 of them come as zero surprise. One of them, Eric Jones, a 2-time Southern 500 winner. When you come to Darlington, man, you talk about a track in his wheelhouse. Eric Jones right now getting it done running 6.
He absolutely loves this racetrack, and that's pretty much what we hear from every single driver that races here. You either love it or you hate it. There's very few drivers that say, okay, I don't mind Darlington. This is a tough track because of everything that Dave Moody and Jason Toy, Steve Post, Chris Wheeler, Alex Weaver, Todd Gordon, Jeff, myself, everything we've talked about since the start of the broadcast about how difficult this track is, not only to get around, to get a hold of, the problems you can have on pit lane, the problems obviously with the lighting. There's so many things that go into this place and the history behind it that is so hard. But some drivers just take to it, and Eric Jones is one of them.
This is his 12th start here. In the prior 11, 2 wins, 7 top 10s, and we are going to put them under the red flag.
There we go, red flag.
Down the Boeing super stretch, and that is where the pace car is going to come to a stop, and he'll take the whole field there. And they will point the nose of those cars to the inside of the racetrack. And we will wait, and we'll also hear from NASCAR shortly as to what their thought is. Let's cover the other 2. We mentioned Eric Jones, playoff drivers, not in the top 10. This is one, Todd Gordon, zero surprise. Chase Elliott, not championship eligible, but if you count him out of winning something between now and Phoenix, you'd be making a big mistake.
Yeah, definitely. And this 9 car for the Owners' Championship.
All right, well, what the fuck do we do here? Let's talk to each other as race fans for a minute. Guys, who do y'all think's going to win? A lot of people are still there at the track. Christopher Bell's on pit road. Something's wrong with his right front, I'm guessing. Logano's just doing whatever the hell he wants, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. This has been somewhat of a good but yet boring race. Of course, it's the first race of the playoffs, so what do you expect? So, I mean, yeah, shit, I don't know. This is not entertaining this is not as entertaining as I thought it was going to be. I really thought it was going to be better than this, but nah. It's just like any other ordinary race, I guess, at a certain track. It's just boring, literally.
Sure holds as far as being a driver.
The cause of the red flag is the lights in turns 3 and 4.
Again, not sure what he's going to do at season's end, but he's been giving the car good runs. Think back to Daytona a week ago. He had a chance to win that race coming to the checkered flag and just simply got out-dueled by the Roush Fenway Keselowski team cars. And here he is now running in the number 10 spot after the first half of the Cookout Southern 500.
Right now there are 22 cars on the lead lap under the red flag, the last which is the 22 car, driven by, of course, Joey Logano, who has been on and off pit road numerous times. And for the latest on Joey Logano, here's Steve Post.
Yeah, Jeff and Alex, you guys mentioned that Joey Logano has pretty much been making multiple trips down pit road tonight. Not the points night that Joey Logano was hoping for. After that contact with Bubba Wallace, he's just not been able to recover, had some issues, felt like the right rear was not coming to him, couldn't get the feeling right inside of the race car. They brought it down pit road, checked under the hood, and now the steering is falling off with Joey Logano. He tried to repair and help them out with which side of the toe link may have had the worst damage, and they told him both sides have been hit. Unfortunately, we just can't find it. Keep it going, and we'll try to help and work on it as much as we can. Steve Post, you have another driver who's been dealing with some issues tonight.
Well, actually dealing with some issues moving forward is Eric Jones, running in the 6th spot. Climbed up on the pit box. Dave Ellens is the crew chief on it. Dave, how has the night been thus far?
It's been going really good for us so far. The green flag runs have been really good. We struggled a little bit under the cautions, and the restarts there were a little too tight to run with the guys, but if it goes green to the end on that last stage, I think we'll be right there with them.
What's it like coming to a racetrack with a driver, A, that embraces it as much as Eric does, but B, his skill set just matches up with this racetrack? What's it like as a crew chief to come here?
Yeah, I mean, it makes this race a lot of fun. So it's a challenging place to keep up with the balance all night. It's so long, day to night. Eric's doing the right things out there, knows what he's looking for. He can tell us that right away. So then we just make the adjustment. It makes my job really easy just to keep up with what he's looking for. And then he makes speed on the long runs. He's so good just keeping with the rhythm and getting out grinding the other guys out there and just slowly moving to the front. So it's good to be here.
It certainly is. We wish you the best in the second half of this race.
All right, I appreciate it.
There we go. That's Dave Ellens. He's crew chief for Eric Jones. What a ride. What a run they're giving it right now. They have that Legacy Motor Club car in position number 6, the defending race winners here at Darlington.
Yeah, they do. A couple of NASCAR Hall of Famers, part of that race team that have been here today. And the King, Richard Petty, along with Dale Inman, the crew chief. They've been hanging around. Saw them a little earlier today in the NASCAR Cup Series garage. Always great anytime they're at the racetrack.
All right, Jason Toy, give us an update. I think we can all understand why we have gone under the red flag, and that is just to keep everybody safe that is working to try to get these lights back on. They're awful close to the racetrack.
Yeah, the biggest problem is the darkness on the bottom part of the racetrack, especially on the access coming to pit road, is where it really, the significance where you can tell where the sun has gone down, and just trying to use the illumination of the lights that are on the outside. You need those inside lights here to make sure you're safely able to get on the pit lane, especially in green flag situations, which we've seen a lot of. What we can tell you right now is the lights have just come on. They are starting to light up. The crew's back over here in the middle of turns 3 and 4 where the junction box is. Now they're all giving high fives to one another and handshakes. So looks like we might be going back racing here pretty soon.
Good job, Dan.
We have light. Oh my God, we have light. Wow. Wow.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. Okay, easy now. You're teaching your kid how to parallel park. Ouch! Turns out he likes to do it by feel. Don't worry, eBay Motors has bumpers, taillights.
We have lights, guys. Come back.
22 million parts. Pull up just a little bit. And headlights.
There shall be light.
Parts.
Let there be light.
Let's ride.
Wendy's new breakfast 2 for $3 Biggie Bundles let you create your own delicious combo. Choose from a sausage biscuit, egg and cheese biscuit, small seasoned potatoes, and a medium hot coffee. But it's obvious which combo's the best. Sausage biscuit and small seasoned potatoes. Well, maybe it's the fresh cracked egg and cheese biscuit with a medium hot coffee. Or 2 savory sausage biscuits. Whichever you pick, you can't go wrong. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new 2 for $3 Biggie Bundles.
Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Not following the combo. Single item at regular price.
From Darlington Raceway, this is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
For 75 years, NASCAR has been making history.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. comes back to the Daytona International Speedway, leading the pack, coming to the line.
Wow, imagine leaving the stream over lights, bro. Imagine leaving.
Long.
Chastain did a video game move, drove it and never lifted.
Right here on the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
Wow, y'all are not real NASCAR fans for leaving. Y'all are a bunch of bums. Bums.
Coming back to
Bums.
but that's kind of when it really sunk in. Hey, we accomplished something great.
The best moments from each of NASCAR's Premier Series.
Chastain did a video game move, drove it and never lifted.
As well as break down the upcoming race weekend and more. It's NASCAR Live every Tuesday night at 7 Eastern.
Red flag has been lifted. Back under caution. We go to pit lane and Chris Wilner.
Catching up with Rudy Fugle, you guys made solid adjustments so far, as we said, just past the halfway point. What's working right now for this race car after starting deep in the field?
Yeah, just being smart and methodical, getting some clean air as we go. So, Liberty University Chevy's been really good. Guys had good pit stops, made some good adjustments, and Williams did an awesome job. So, we've got ourselves up there slowly and methodically, and we still got over half the race, or half the race to go, not over, but half the race to go. So, trying to go finish the stage strong and then be there when it counts.
I know we don't plan on a break like this, but is it nice to reset and kind of give your driver an opportunity to think things through?
Yeah, I mean, it goes both ways. I think sometimes it's okay for a break, but I think it's not very comfortable in the cars. It's pretty hot in there, so, and as good as things are going, you just want to keep going.
All right, that's Rudy Fugle. He'll get the headset back on. Cars have fired here at Darlington Raceway.
And they're rolling across the start-finish line just like that. The lights are on, and we're ready to go back under the green flag here in just a few moments. We did see that, and remind you that they've all been on pit road other than Joey Logano, who is back. Again, Todd, when we got a situation like Joey Logano, you just got to grind it out and keep pounding, don't you? And just try to get it right in order to finish the event.
You do. In this situation, when he's the free pass, you're going to start tail end. So you might as well take advantage of every lap we've got to come work on something more, to take a look at it, gather more data, figure out what you can do to make your car better, to grind out the end of this. And they've done that. Paul Wolf's continue to bring them down pit road. They're looking at everything. They're working through it, taking measurements. They're trying to make the most of this opportunity. And this is the one that it's good for. When you are the free pass, you are going to be tail end. It doesn't matter how many times you come to pit road. Just can't put fuel in it the first time.
So that is the way it's working out for Joey Logano. We have the cars getting the wave around. That'll be Justin Haley. We got Corey LaJoie, Ty Dillon, and Alex Bowman all going to take the wave around. Michael McDowell and Todd Gilliland will do the same. The field is behind the pace car over in turn number 4. Joey Aycock on top of the flag stand will give us the one to go signal this time by.
Here's a quick look at the leaders. Denny Hamlin has been the dominant driver, and he's also the driver out front on lap 190. He's led 98 circuits tonight. Tyler Reddick, who lines up in position number 5, has led 51 circuits. The driver that led us to the green flag, Seabell, he's led 40, but he has certainly had his share and more of problems. Choose in play right now. Geico Restart coming up, presented by Geico. Switch to Geico today to see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com to get a rate quote and get started seeing how much you could save. Alex Hayden, how'd they choose as they line up and get ready to go?
Well, essentially all the drivers that were in odd number positions, like Hamlin in first, Larson in third, Reddick in fifth, so on and so forth, they've all chosen the outside lane. All the drivers in the even positions, that's Byron second, Harvick fourth, Eric Jones sixth. For the most part, they've all gone to the bottom of the racetrack, so no real big movers or shakers. Now we got all lights on at the Darlington Raceway, ready to get after it here in the second half of the Southern 500.
Yeah, quick reset for you. 39 to go in stage 2. 176 remain in the event. We have a long, long way to go. Up front, it is Denny Hamlin and William Byron. Hamlin on the outside, Byron on the inside. Harvick and Larson. Harvick on the inside, row 2. Larson on the outside. Eric Jones on the inside of row 3.
Finally.
Flanking him to the right. Tyler Reddick as we get...
Here we go. Green flag. Holy shit, Hamlin. Hamlin got a good start.
In the air, outside lane gets the launch, and that'll be led by Denny Hamlin. Kyle Larson tries to stick to his back bumper in 1.
Hamlin free and clear with the lead into turn number 1. It's side by side, 4 seconds. William Byron to the inside. Kyle Larson to the outside. Tyler Reddick right right there looking for scraps.
Almost leaning on each other for the battle for that second spot. 3 wide further back. Kevin Harvick did not get a good line. Ryan Blaney making a good move. He goes 3 wide to slide up into the 6th position. Up front is Denny Hamlin.
Yeah, and the battle's going to be from second on back. Right now, Larson's got it. Right behind him, Tyler Reddick and William Byron. They go side by side back to turn 1.
Oh,
Reddick
shit.
made his way around the outside of William Byron. Willie D now tucks it up in line in 4th. He's 5 car lengths up on Kevin Harvick in 5th.
Just outside the top 5, it's Eric Jones holding down that 6th position. Ryan Blaney with a fast forward looking to advance. Here comes Kyle Busch. He looks to the bottom part of the racetrack.
All the way at the bottom of the racetrack is Kyle Busch. Continues to stick the nose of his Camaro to the inside of the Mustang of Ryan Blaney. Both of those drivers will chase Eric Jones for 6th.
That's a 3-man battle, 6, 7, 8, and you might be able to add Chase Elliott in a moment in position number 9. For the moment, they're all going to run single file to the back straightaway.
Single file and top side, working their way all the way back through the top 20. Up front, Denny Hamlin opens up to about 8 car lengths. Back to Kyle Larson. Back behind him, Tyler Reddick, 2 car lengths off on the bottom part of the track.
And another 5 back to William Byron. He's being chased by Kevin Harvick. Then you've got Eric Jones, and you've got Ryan Blaney, and maybe Chase Elliott on the move all over the back end of Kyle Busch.
Chase Elliott has indeed reeled Busch in, and he's going to go right to work on him in 1 and 2. He makes it look easy, drives to the bottom, and takes the spot away.
A monster move for Chase Elliott. Slide him up into the position. Kyle Busch trying to mount a charge back. Now Chase Elliott trying to set his sights on Ryan Blaney. Here comes Kyle Busch.
Kyle Busch again dives for the bottom of the racetrack, trying to find some room to maneuver down there. 35 laps to go, stage number 2. Chase Elliott too strong on the outside.
He gets a good run off turn number 4 and turns that bumper lead into about a car length and a half. Kyle Busch not giving up the shift yet, but Elliott's beginning to draw away.
He's starting to pull away, and he's starting to get closer and closer to the back deck. Right there, Ryan Blaney, about 3 car length separation. Chase Elliott drives deeper into the corner, put Blaney up towards the outside wall.
34 laps to go in stage number 2. Denny Hamlin showing the way. Kyle Larson goes 2nd.
Oh, he hit the wall.
Tyler Reddick is 3rd. And by the way, the Xfinity fastest lap of the race has been run by Tyler Reddick, 169.175 miles an hour. Introducing the next generation 10G network only from Xfinity. Get the fastest internet with a reliable connection so everyone can be online at once. The future starts now. Xfinity, proud premier partner of NASCAR.
Denny Hamlin picking up where he left off. He's now led 105 of the 197 laps complete. Hamlin has been the strong car this evening after Christopher Bell, your pole sitter, led the opening 40 circuits, but Bell since has gotten into the safer barrier. He's got a bit of a damaged race car. He continues to soldier on, though, as Christopher Bell is out there on the track. And, you know, when you look at Denny Hamlin, by the way, Bell is 27th a lap down. When you look at Denny Hamlin, he is so smooth. He knows how to back up a corner and keep the car's momentum built up. And that's something Dave Moody, Denny Hamlin does just about better than anybody in the sport.
Well, he knows this place like the back of his own hand. He's been to victory lane many, many times in both the Xfinity and the Cup division. If you're looking for somebody that knows his way around the track too tough to name, don't look any further than Denny Hamlin.
He's done this before. He led, Alex, as you know, 179 laps. He's led 107 so far. He led 179 back in 2007, finished 2nd. Led 104 laps in 2010, won it. Led 124 in 2017, he won it. He led 146 laps back in 2021, he won it. He's led 107, soon to be 108 here. He hasn't won it yet, but he's showing everybody if you're going to win here, it's going to be through Denny Hamlin to do it.
He absolutely is. He's got a 10-car length lead. So, Steve Post, what types of things are you hearing about that race car and from Denny and that race team?
There really has been no issues at all. I think they made one adjustment on it. I think they've done some air pressure. I know they've done some air pressure as well to adjust for the weather conditions but it's just chipping away at it here. Chris Gabehart and Denny Hamlin talked about they felt like the track would free up as we went from dark, so they've adjusted a little bit on it, but the balance has been good on this race car, and Denny Hamlin is picking them up and laying them down here. You guys mentioned there's a long way to go, but so far so good. This team is firing and hitting on all 8 cylinders, very calm on the radio, very confident on the radio as well.
Not everybody is hitting on all cylinders. And that is tongue-in-cheek. I'm just talking about drivers not having a very good night. Joey Logano, the last car on the lead lap, 22 of them in all. But Alex, some of those drivers a lap or more down, big names, and some running for a championship.
Including Ricky Stenhouse Jr., who's 23rd. He is the first car a lap down, so he is currently in the position to get the free pass if and when a caution flag comes out. 24th, another playoff driver a lap down. That's Martin Truex Jr. Christopher Bell, another playoff driver, is 27th. He, too, a lap down. Michael McDowell, 29th, 1 lap down as well, as those drivers are just having a difficult night tonight. But let's talk a little bit more about Joey Logano, because it was by no fault of his own that he got the damage on the race car. That's when Bubba Wallace in turn 4 slid up the racetrack, made contact with the left rear of Logano, put Logano up into the fence with the right side of the race car. He's able, obviously, to continue on. But, Todd, they're making the most of it. No, this is not the hand they were hoping to play tonight, but 20 seconds still on the lead lap to start the playoffs.
Just trying to get yourself to the finish and get everything you can out of the day. You know it's not going to be a great day for you. That you've got some damage you've got to work through, but Paul Wolf and Joey, they're working together to hold shelter a little bit better to hang on to it. They're off the pace here. They look like they're 0.8 to a second off the pace here, but they're doing everything they can to maintain that lead lap and keep working on their car all night long.
Joey Logano, last car in the lead lap. He is 22nd. Right in front of him is Carson Hocevar, still running on the lead lap. Career start number 2. It comes in the Cookout Southern 500 here at Darlington, and doing a nice job. We talked to him during our NASCAR Live pre-race show. He said, I just want to finish the laps. I want to stay out of everybody's way. I don't want to be the headline on Monday. And so far, he's done exactly that.
He has, and you mentioned his second career Cup start. His only other Cup start came at the Worldwide Technology Raceway at Gateway, where he was chugging along, did not make it to the checkered flag, had an issue out there, finished back in the 36th position, and that was not necessarily the tone he wanted to set in his first career start. And we all know this. Young drivers that come to the Cup Series, especially in their first race, they want to get out there and run every single lap, get that valuable seat time, but more importantly, they want to make a statement. And I don't think Carson Hocevar felt like he was able to make that statement in his first start. He's got a golden opportunity tonight that he's trying to make the most of. He's certainly going to be back behind the wheel of this same car at Kansas Speedway next week, and then the night race at Bristol.
Let's pick up a good battle, Alex Hayden, for 7th, 8th, 9th. Ryan Blaney, Chase Elliott, and Kyle Busch is back. That is from 7th on back. It's in turn 1.
Kyle got passed by Chase Elliott about 7 or 8 laps ago, but Chase has not been able to shake him. As a matter of fact, both of them beginning to close in just ever so slightly on Ryan Blaney.
Working their way with Ryan Blaney in the Ford out in front of Chase Elliott, driving a little deeper into the corner. Kyle Busch, who's been living down towards the bottom part of the racetrack at 3 and 4, making up ground against Chase Elliott.
He is, but Elliott pretty strong right there. And Elliott not running for the Drivers' Championship. His car is still in the Owners' Championship battle. That's certainly important as far as the season-long points go, and then, of course, how the payout goes to that car owner.
Tyler Reddick has run down Kyle Larson. Kyle has faded from Denny Hamlin. They come across the line. Larson right now in second. Tyler Reddick is third.
Yeah, I think that's a perfect characterization, Jeff, because Hamlin has driven away from Kyle Larson. Larson is just fallen back now into the clutches of Tyler Reddick off turn 2.
Tyler Reddick's been able to get up to the back deck limb, but each time Kyle Larson finds an extra step and kind of pulls away. So this time he goes all the way top side. Reddick bottom side. He'll lose about a car position.
Tyler Reddick's had a good run here tonight. His car's been in the top 5 for the better part of the evening. Still about 8 car lengths to make up on Kyle Larson.
Excellent start to the 2023 playoffs, running a very different line than Larson. A good 2.5 car widths lower on entry into turn number 1. Hasn't quite been able to reel him in yet.
Kyle Larson able to catch occupies the top side, forcing the leaders down. Now 3-car length separation for the top spot.
Gonna have a battle for the lead in the next couple of laps. We're down to 19 to go in stage number 2.
Hey, you know what I don't get? Why is that company always telling you to just do what? What is it? To just look like everybody else? Or maybe just pay way too much for your shoes? Well, Skechers, we know what we want you to do. Just slip in. That's right, just slip in. To do hands-free Skechers slip-ins. Why? Because slip-ins are the easiest, most comfortable shoes ever. You don't have to bend down to put them on. You don't even have to touch them. Find slip-ins for the whole family at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Jeff Gordon wins the Daytona 500.
Jeff Gordon's rise to one of NASCAR's all-time greatest drivers was one like no other. Relive Jeff Gordon's journey to the NASCAR Hall of Fame with the exclusive MRN podcast, Jeff Gordon, A Colorful Career. 93 Cup Series wins, 4 Cup Series championships, and 3 Daytona 500 wins. A career rivaled by few others. Check out MRN's Jeff Gordon, A Colorful Career on podcast platforms and MRN.com.
Denny Hamlin leads Kyle Larson by 4 car lengths. Another 7 back to the third place running Tyler Reddick. We'll pick that battle up when we come back. 16 laps to go here in stage number 2 from Darlington Raceway. This is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. My grandpa Lou is the reason why my dad and I started racing, and I'm really proud to follow in his tracks. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. I've learned a lot on this journey with my grandpa Lou, and the memories of my grandpa will always be with me. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks.
Alright, guys. Oh, jeez. This is getting very tiring. We're on lap 216 coming to the line. Lap 216 here at Darlington. About 15 laps to go here in stage number 2. Yeah, I mean, we have what? Well, okay, wow. Now people leave, bro. Okay, well, what's the deal? Do people just hate when I talk? They just, like, oh, yeah. Like, we go from 616 to fucking 570, 550, 540. Like, bro, it just, like... Okay, well, to the people that actually have a fucking brain, and to the people that actually do care about the sport, holy shit, we got a caution, and it's BJ McLeod. Oh, we got a caution, BJ.
Raceway. Problem on the back straightaway for BJ McLeod. His car has come to a stop in the middle of the Boeing backstretch. There's a big plume of smoke back there in the safety.
Alright, what I was going to say was, guys, you should subscribe, but you should definitely subscribe now because we finally have a caution. Hit the subscribe button. Do it.
Stage 1, we saw 1 for
we finally got something.
We are under caution only for the 3rd time. It flies on lap 216 with Denny Hamlin showing the way.
The NASCAR
blowjob got blown up. Get it?
To bring the championship home. Like Andre and Steve, who've been growing out their playoff beards.
I've been growing mine for 20 years.
Doesn't that just make it a beard?
That's called dedication, Steve. To accomplish greater things this year, everyone plays a part. Be part of the action at toyota.com/racing. Toyota, let's go places. NASCAR is a registered trademark of National Association for Stock Car Auto Racing, Inc.
The year was 1993. The NASCAR Cup Series season kicked off with the Dale and Dale show at the Daytona 500.
Dale Jarrett's got the lead. He goes to the inside. Earnhardt's not going to get him.
Well, I can talk whenever I want, so yep.
The Daytona 500 by SDP. Earnhardt second.
My stream, my rules, motherfuckers.
Highs and lows. Relive them all on MRN's exclusive podcast, the 1993 season. Available on podcast platforms and MRN.com.
This caution, a huge break for 7 drivers. Stenhouse, Bowman, Truex, Burton, Bell, Todd Gilliland and Michael McDowell, they are all 1 lap down. Expect them to take the wave around with only 12 laps remaining. We're going to see another caution coming up shortly, Alex, and this is a huge break for those drivers.
It is. They're going to have the opportunity to try to stay or get back on the lead lap and then stay there because stage number 2 is coming to an end in just 12 more laps. From Darlington Raceway, this is the Motor Racing.
The reason why people are leaving because they're greedy and they're stupid.
NASCAR's next generation of stars drive in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series.
And they're bitches.
Smith now will try to advance his way to the lead.
Catch the excitement of every race right here.
NASCAR has made it official. Zane Smith is a back-to-back winner at the Daytona International Speedway in the opener.
On the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
On your ride home, catch NASCAR today to keep up with the latest.
Just to think I'm the Daytona 500 winner. I would never dreamed it.
Every weekday, you'll hear the top news stories in the sport.
It's just an opportunity of a lifetime for me that I had to take.
Plus insights from your favorite drivers.
Can't thank Penske enough and everybody, involved for sticking.
To all the people joining back, welcome back. How about don't be greedy? Oh, here we go. Now on commercial. People are going to leave. But anyways, hit the subscribe button. Do it. Oh, I love it when people leave. Don't you?
Lap 218 of the Cookout Southern 500. Pit lane was just open. Steve Post.
Denny Hamlin first in, first out. 4 tires, Sunoco Racing Fuel. Kyle Larson went out second, but the big move down here, the good move down here, Eric Jones moved up to 3rd spot with a great pit stop. They went with 4 sticker tires, just a little Sunoco Racing Fuel in as well. Tyler Reddick was in getting service. Kyle Busch was in as well as Chris Wilner.
And Bubba Wallace was in down on the first end of my section of pit road, but for Kyle Larson said it was freer now than it was on that previous run, so they made an air pressure adjustment. 4 tires, Sunoco Fuel, William Byron, Kevin Harvick, Chase Elliott, all 4 tires, and Sunoco Racing Fuel. Each of those drivers also with air pressure adjustment, just chasing the racetrack now in the later stages of here, stage number 2, trying to get a good fire off for the stretch run of this stage. Alex Weaver, who was on your end?
Bringing it in for service was Austin Dillon, who's very happy with his balance. He took 4 tires, Sunoco Fuel, and a tear-off. Same for Eric Amarola, Ty Gibbs, and Ross Chastain. Ryan Blaney asked, could they do anything for the front end? He was having a little bit of struggle in the corners. They gave him 4 tires, Sunoco Fuel, but interesting information from Brad Keselowski. He said, I need a small adjustment on this one, but be ready because this one's going to be a shorter run to the end of the stage. So do the exact opposite if we have a 50-lap green flag on the next one.
Now get up on the wheel here. This is going to be a sprint to the green and white checkered flag. And as we told you, everybody taking the wave around and getting back on the lead lap. So we now have 29 cars back on the lead lap. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. did not need to take the wave around. He got the free pass, and he was just on pit road for 4 tires. How about Dave Ellens and the crew down there, Alex? I guess when the driver's up on the wheel, the crew gets up on the wall, and they are knocking out good pit stops one after another, and they just did it again.
You know, when there's a driver that enjoys racing and has success at a certain racetrack, like Eric Jones does here at Darlington, the entire team gets up. They understand this is a legitimate chance to win a race, let alone have a legitimate chance to have a great finish, as they are not a playoff team, but have every right to get up there and try to win this race. Then it seems like the team gets that little extra burst of momentum, a little extra pep in the step. And Dave Ellens and this team have got that right now. When Steve Post talked to him a little earlier during the red flag, he was confident sounding, and he knew that they had a good race car, and I think what he said tells an awful lot as we get set to come to the end of the stage 2 here in another 9 laps. But to the final run to the checkered flag, he wants to go green because they feel like they've got the best long-run car.
And they came off of pit road, like the postman said, in position number 3, behind Hamlin and Larson. Then it's Jones and William Byron, Tyler Reddick, Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch, Ryan Blaney, Chase Elliott, and Austin Dillon. That's your top 10.
Field is coming to the Geico Restart Zone, presented by Geico. Switch to Geico today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com to get a rate quote and get started seeing how much you could save.
Buckle up, race fans. This is going to be a 9-lap sprint to the end of the stage. And yes, we have stage points on the line, so everybody's going to be after anything they can get. A sold-out house here at the Darlington Raceway, and the crowd is on their feet as we get ready to wrap up stage number 2.
And those stage points are on the line. Here they go. Green flag.
Green flag!
Denny Hamlin from the outside lane. What a launch he gets, and he'll pull away.
With ease into turn number 1. He'll get away from the cavalry charge in his rearview mirror. Kyle Larson, bottom of the racetrack, slides up in front of Eric Jones to take second. Jones to third, side by side. Reddick to the outside fourth.
Reddick in that fourth position will firmly take over that spot from the head of William Byron. Playing back single file. Now Reddick takes out towards the inside. Side by side for third off the floor.
Boy, Tyler's got it rolling. He rolled it into 3. He's going to stay on the hammer coming off 4. Problem is, he slides up the racetrack, opens things up to the inside, and here comes William Byron.
Byron dials up the low lane. He'll go to the inside on Tyler Reddick. In front of them, Eric Jones had a thought of going after Kyle Larson. Everybody holds their spot.
Pair of Chevrolets running behind the Toyota of Denny Hamlin. It is Kyle Larson. It's Eric Jones in the Toyota of Tyler Reddick. Reddick from the bottom lane trying to make things happen.
He is. He looks down there, but can't quite get close enough to put a legitimate challenge on the Eric Jones car. Across the line. 7 laps to go in the stage.
And Denny Hamlin has done what he has done for most of this night. Stiff arms the competition. He's away by 5, maybe 6 car lengths over Larson.
They continue to step out in front and get away from this battle for the second spot. Kyle Larson holding on to it. 1 car length behind them. It is Eric Jones trying to make a move. Jones bottom side, Larson top side.
3 back is Tyler Reddick, then 3 more car lengths back to William Byron. He's being chased by Kyle Busch. Then comes Ryan Blaney, Kevin Harvick, and side by side right behind them, Austin Dillon and Brad Keselowski.
Dillon on the comeback trail here in the second half of this race. He dials it up.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Gathered up, sliding down. Ty Gibbs is 1. He is T-boned and just shoving Austin Cindric all the way down through turn 2 of the back straightaway.
Caution for the 4th time. There'll be 5 laps to go in the stage now.
We got something else. Wow, holy shit, dude. The front of Cindric's car looked like he hit a fucking deer.
Tangled up midway between 1 and 2, Alex, and it turned the Dillon machine, or the first car up into the outside wall head first, and Ty Gibbs just shoved up Austin Cindric all the way to the exit to the back straightaway before they finally were able to separate.
Boy, it looked like Cindric tried to slide across the nose of Ty Gibbs, who was already pinned to the wall. Well, that didn't work. Under caution, lap 225. 5 to go in the stage, and it's still Denny Hamlin out front.
Will they find a home? Sponsored by Geico. Susan has always wanted to live in a chateau. I like a certain je ne sais quoi. While Jake is more into the...
Again, guys, if you haven't already, make sure and subscribe. That way you don't miss out on any of these races. I stream them every single weekend, so yeah. Again, guys, I would recommend it.
On a Cape Cod.
Just subscribe. Hit the button. It ain't going to hurt you. What's it going to do to you if you hit it? Die? No.
Better with time. Bundling without compromise at geico.com.
Wherever you cheer, whatever you drive, you'll find Racing Electronics. With Racing Electronics, you'll hear uncensored communication from every team in the race and the broadcast with all your favorite MRN announcers. Hear every heart-pounding pass, pit strategy, and so much more with a scanner and headphone rental. Upgrade to an Easy Talk intercom system to comfortably communicate over the noise of the race. To learn more, visit RacingElectronics.com. Be race ready. Be RE equipped.
Pit road is open, and we've got a number of drivers coming to pit road. Steve Post.
Yes, indeed, and this is really going to mix things up. Chris Buescher is in for Tire Sunoco Racing Fuel. Chase Briscoe is in. Daniel Suarez is in. And the wounded car of Austin.
Did someone really ask I was going to stream NFL games?
For Kevin Harvick.
What does my channel look like? Do you see any football anywhere on my channel?
Stop.
Hell no.
is in, although McDowell still attention to the right front tire or left front tire. We'll get an update on that as Truex is here as well. Alex Weaver.
Ty Gibbs, after that incident with Austin Cindric on the racetrack, a little bit of a miscommunication when they came down pit road. The team
I am a NASCAR fanatic.
side, they told him no tires on the right side, we're going to have them on the left, but I need you to fix the hood on the left side of the car.
I'd rather shoot myself in the foot than fucking stream golf. Hell no. And I would rather hang myself than watch the WNBA. I would rather light myself on fire than fucking stream any boring fucking sport.
On the racetrack, not everybody came to pit lane. We'll reset the leaderboard in just a moment. From Darlington Raceway, this is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
Hi, I'm MRN lead pit reporter Steve Post. Go behind the scenes each week with me and championship-winning crew chief Todd Gordon for MRN Crew Call.
Really proud of those guys and what they've put together.
Where we talk to first-time winners. Crew chief for Trackhouse Racing, Travis Mack joins us, and champions from the NASCAR Cup Series. Your 2022 championship-winning crew chief Paul Wall of the Craftsman Truck Series. The championship-winning crew chief with driver Zane Smith joins us. You can download MRN Crew Call wherever you get your podcasts.
There's a buzz in the air in Kansas. Maybe it's the roar of fans here at the track, or the anticipation of the playoffs as drivers fight to move on to the next round and keep their championship hopes alive. Maybe it's the pulse of the heartland, the thrill of speed, or the sounds of grills sizzling in the campgrounds. Whatever.
You should subscribe. You should subscribe, or else I'll shit on your head.
It's today at KansasSpeedway.com.
Back here at Darlington Raceway, looks like we're going to get the one to go this time by. Joey Aycock has the caution flag furled up and ready to show it to them. That means 2 to go. That means we're going to have a one-lap dash to the green and white checkered flag. So let's take a look at the leaderboard brought to you by Skechers. Skechers, the comfort and fit specialist. By Skechers Relax Fit, Wide Fit, Stretch Fit, Arch Fit, and many more.
And don't be surprised if this doesn't get turned upside down very, very shortly. Denny Hamlin is going to take the green flag with 1 lap remaining in the stage. Kyle Larson will line up alongside. Then it's Eric Jones and Tyler Reddick, William Byron, and Kyle Busch. Ryan Blaney set to go from 7th, Austin Dillon from 8th, Brad Keselowski and Chase Elliott, 9 and 10.
The rest of the top 20, we'll see Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Kevin Harvick, Chris Buescher, Daniel Suarez, Chase Briscoe, Bubba Wallace, Ross Chastain, A.J. Allmendinger, Carson Hocevar, and Alex Bowman.
We have a total of 28 cars on the lead lap. They include Harrison Burton, 21st, followed by Todd Gilliland, Martin Truex Jr., Christopher Bell, Michael McDowell, and Joey Logano. That gives you the top 26. And Eric Almirola, Corey LaJoie, and actually showing now 20 on the lead lap. The last one being Ty Gibbs, 1 lap down, and 30th is Ryan Newman.
Then you've got J.J. Haley, Justin Haley, Austin Cindric, Ryan Preece, Ty Dillon, and only 1 car being scored out of the race, and that was B.J. McLeod after he had the problem on the backstretch on lap 2:16.
1 lap, fast car dash. Hang on, this is going to be good. Hamlin wants it, Kyle Larson wants it, and waiting in the wings is Eric Jones and Tyler Reddick. Who's going to get back around this racetrack first? Let's find out as they come to the green flag with 1 to go.
Green is out. Denny Hamlin again with a great launch from the outside lane. He's going to lead the field back to turn 1.
No contest for the lead. It's all Denny Hamlin. The battle will be for second. Eric Jones around the outside of Kyle Larson, hanging with him. They are 2 by 2 off turn 2.
Side by side for that second spot's going to allow Hamlin to get away. Jones may have scraped the wall a little bit coming off of turn number 2. Here goes Kyle Larson down to the inside looking for that second spot.
Here we come now, racing back to the green and white checkered flag. Denny Hamlin is going to get here first, and he will score the stage 2 win. Battle for second. Give it to Larson over Eric Jones and Tyler Reddick. Tyler comes across the line in 4th. The caution flag now flies. Green and white, checkered flag. Denny Hamlin scoring the stage 2 win, identical to his stage 1 win. Over Larson, Jones, Reddick, and William Byron. That's your top 5. Kyle Busch 6th, Ryan Blaney 7th, Austin Dillon 8th, Brad Keselowski 9th, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. has rallied all the way back up the leaderboard to come across the line in 10th.
After being 2 laps down earlier. And that look at the top 10 on who scored points in this stage was presented by the Powerball. Chase the Powerball jackpot anytime with drawings every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. Powerball, the official lottery game of NASCAR and home to the NASCAR Powerball playoffs. Wendy's new brand.
You should subscribe. Here's the reason why. Pretty self-explanatory, guys. If you hit that subscribe button, guys, you get to watch the... Dude, okay, listen. If you hit the subscribe button, you're not going to miss out on any of these races. It's your fault if you don't subscribe. That's all you got to do, okay? Because I stream every single weekend. I don't understand why people don't like there's people out there like, no, I'm not going to subscribe. Well, guys, listen. If you just hit the damn button, like that's all you gotta do. You just gotta hit the button. Once you hit the button, you get to watch these races. That's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do. Wait, can NASCAR take these down? I mean, some of them yes, but a lot of them no. Not really, no.
From Darlington Raceway, this is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
Hey racing fans, William Byron here, driver of the number 24 Liberty.
Just hit the subscribe button. What's it gonna do? Make you piss blood? Make you have diarrhea? Like, guys, that's all you gotta do is hit the button. And you get to watch shit like shitty advertisements for imprint. You get to watch these people that get paid for acting and saying good things about these shitty products. And then you get to watch Deal Dash, which they try scamming you by here, watch this. Yeah, 50 cents for a PlayStation 5, guys. Do y'all believe that? That's so real. That's so real.
The 1993 NASCAR Cup Series season. All the highs and lows. Relive them all on MRN's exclusive podcast, The 1993 Season. Available on podcast platforms and MRN.com.
Welcome back to Darlington Raceway in the Cookout Southern 500. Pit lane is opened up this time by, and we'll determine who's going to come to pit lane. Jeff, this is a big question mark.
Well, why don't we ask our crew chief, Todd Gordon? The light bright is shining on you. Denny Hamlin, he last pitted on lap 218. We're only working 232. Do you come to pit road?
Hey, Johnny Walker, how about you suck my fucking cock, you dirty bitch?
Handful of green flag laps on our top.
Quit repeating yourself. Quit trying to sound cool. Get your bitch ass out of here. Shut the fuck up.
A handful of race cars. We'll start with Alex Weaver.
Either be thankful for what I do, or you can suck my cock and leave. You fucking stupid bitch.
Pit stop, and they said they wanted to maybe do the opposite of Hamlin. It looks like that is the call. Just 4 tires. Ryan Blaney said you can't stay out at a place like this. Austin Dillon also wanted 4 tires. 4 tires for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. And away they go down to Steve Post.
Yeah, the only one that came in on this end is Kyle Busch. They're doing 4 tires Sunoco Racing fuel, and Kyle really didn't like the setup.
Antonio, last time I checked, you actually aren't funny either. So, how about you go get some pills and go and pull a fucking Juice WRLD, you dumb bitch.
Chase Elliott was down here as well with 4 tires and a wet.
I'm about to go on a fucking rampage. Y'all want me to go crazy? I will go crazy. Start being toxic. I'm gonna be fucking toxic right back.
Could afford to come down.
I'm real, not fake.
That Toyota Camry, Michael McDowell still sits down here.
Oh, quit trying to be cool. Shut the fuck up.
Left front shock adjustment.
Trying to make me look like a fucking fool. Fuck off.
After previously pitting to make it easier getting the hood up and getting those adjustments done. So more troubles for Michael McDowell.
And the guys that took the waiver round to get back on the lead lap, like Martin Truex Jr., that group back there, you would totally expect them to come and continue working the race cars here. It'd be good to see how they recover from this point forward.
They were 2 laps down, was Martin Truex Jr. in tonight's race. They've been able to use strategy, some good hard racing on the track, some good pit stops, and a little luck on their side as well, let's be frank about that. To get back on the lead lap, they're back in the 28th spot, but Jeff, you can't win the race if you're a lap down. They've gotten themselves back on the lead lap.
Well, they just keep digging. That's what the championship winning team will do. There is no give up in any of these race teams, and Truex showing that here tonight. You could have folded your tent and just loaded the trailer, said, you know what, we'll just go ahead and move on to Kansas, which we will be doing along with the NASCAR Cup Series. Once we wrap up, we will head to the Kansas Speedway. We've got the Arca Menard Series. Kansas will be in action. The Xfinity Series, the Cup Series, Race 2 as we race for a championship. And Alex, from 22nd on back now, those are the drivers that came to pit road, including Kyle Busch.
Yeah, so we're...
I love it when people leave when they could sit here and fucking wait for the race to come back on. You stupid bitches, god damn.
So what?
Dude, like for real. How impatient can y'all be? Y'all are more impatient than a fucking baby asking for a goddamn candy bar.
Austin Dillon, so the two Richard Childress Racing Chevrolet Camaros. Ryan Blaney pitted. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and Chase Elliott pitted. Martin Truex Jr. and Corey LaJoie pitted. Michael McDowell and Justin Haley also pitting. Haley picking up the free pass.
Oh, look, all the people are coming back all of a sudden. Ooh, wow. Wow, the people come back all of a sudden because the fucking race shows up. You fucking bitch. Oh my god, sorry.
A plethora of cautions at the right time.
A bunch of these fucking humans act like raccoons. They come in like a bunch of fucking fiends and they're like, feed me more content. Here's the race.
Two is in play right now. One to go. Green flag next time by.
What the fuck is that thing?
Go to the outside, and Eric Jones, who was third, will fill the hole to the inside of row number 1. So it'll be Hamlin on the outside, Eric Jones to the inside.
If you're thankful for me doing this, you should hit that goddamn subscribe button. If you don't do it, I'm gonna go to your house, pull my pants down, and put my wiener on your forehead. And you're gonna like it.
Inside row number 2 as we get ready to go. The rest of the top 10, Tyler Reddick, Brad Keselowski, Kevin Harvick, Chris Buescher, he's just hung around the top 10. Alex all day long. 3 out of the last 5 races. Those trophies belong to Chris.
Yeah, so we'll find out if there's another one in his future after winning at Daytona just 1 week ago.
I'll take one wiener on the floor.
Jones, who's on the inside of the front row alongside Denny Hamlin, if he can hang with Hamlin on this restart. The last couple of them, Jeff, Denny Hamlin has been a rocket on the launch.
And Briscoe.
Here we go. We're about to go green flag back in the air. Here we go. Green flag.
The green flag here on lap number 2.
Potty mouth. I don't remember putting my mouth in the toilet. How about you quit being a snowflake and accept my fucking language?
Kyle Larson around the outside of Jones. Tyler Reddick trying to wedge his way to the high groove.
Tyler Reddick will stay on the outside. Eric Jones on the bottom side up front. Kyle Larson not letting Denny Hamlin get away. He is on the back deck list in 3 and 4.
They are nose to tail, first and second. Side by side, however, for position number 3.
Subscribe!
Eric Jones and William Byron. Now this is the battle for the 4th spot.
Tyler Reddick gets away with the 3rd spot. William Byron around the outside for 4th. Eric Jones finally able to slide up in line in the 5th spot.
Single file through the top 6. Matter of fact, make it through the top 10. Only one out of line is Bubba Wallace just on the backside of the top 10. He goes down on the bottom side, looking to make a position on Chase Briscoe.
Chase Briscoe all the way up, right up against the outside safer barrier. To the inside, Bubba Wallace trying to keep the momentum up. It won't. And now here comes Ross Chastain. He's going to go to the inside on Bubba.
Bubba goes from aggressor to defender in the length of the front straightaway. Although he drives deeply to turn number 1, he'll hold off the advances of Ross Chastain.
Ross Chastain falls back single file, realizing a lot of time still left, but up front, battle starting to heat up.
Because I am losing my fucking mind. I mean, come on.
Behind race leader Denny Hamlin. He'll chase him across the start-finish line and head to turn 1.
Hanging with Hamlin as they make their way into 1. Hamlin with a lower entry into turn number 1. A little further back, the battle is on for position number 5. Kevin Harvick on on the march, looking to get after Eric Jones.
Kevin Harvick trying to make a move down to the inside through 1 and 2. Didn't work this time, but now he's on the cusp of maybe losing that position. Chris Buescher coming to life. He goes side by side. Now here goes Harvick with a great run on the inside.
Couple of Ford Mustangs doing battle. Buescher and Harvick as they make their way off 4. Harvick right now lining up right behind Eric Jones.
Possessions 5, 6, and 7 up for grabs. Eric Jones is 5th. Harvick is 6th. 7th right behind him as they make their way off the back straightaway is Chris Buescher.
Chris Buescher in that single file line right there. And right behind him is Bubba Wallace trying to mount a charge back. Along with Chase Briscoe. We got mix and match between the top 10. Some top side, some bottom.
They are. The fresher tires, you have that ability and the grip level down at the bottom of the racetrack. They're trying to make up spots. Further back, they're getting after it in the back half of the top 10. 2 drivers racing hard. Brad Keselowski and Bubba Wallace. Wallace took a shot to the inside of Keselowski. Keselowski held him off. They're on the Boeing backstretch.
Bubba Wallace in the McDonald colors, that red and yellow as he blazes across the left side, looking towards the inside there for Keselowski. Now they switch up. Move Wallace to the outside, Keselowski bottom side.
125 laps remain, 242 down. A quick look at the top 10 shows Denny Hamlin out front and by 10 car lengths over Kyle Larson. Tyler Reddick, William Byron, and Eric Jones, top 5. Kevin Harvick goes 6th. Chris Buescher running in front of the boss. Brad Keselowski, Bubba Wallace, and Chase Briscoe. That is your top 10, Alex Hayden.
As Denny Hamlin begins to drive away yet again, Kyle Larson now, he'll have to look in the mirror and see a very rapid closing Toyota Camry. That's Tyler Reddick. He's on the move in turn 1.
He has pulled in about 3 car lengths down in that battle for the second position. Reddick running a much lower line on entry into turn number 1, trying to shave even more off the deficit.
Trying to work his way into that second spot, but not making up any ground this time off of turn 2. Kyle Larson holding on to that second position. Some 12 car lengths back behind the leader, Denny Hamlin, as Larson trying to make an advancement.
And Dave Moody, how about Bubba Wallace, who spun his car on lap 115, went a lap down, and now he's looking to pick up another spot as he drives down to the inside on Brad Keselowski.
It's been a yo-yo kind of night. There's no question about that, but he just took the 8th spot away from Brad Keselowski. Immediately will drive away by 2, make it 3 car lengths.
He's got a little ways before he can catch up to the next position, and that spot is occupied by Chris Buescher. He is all over the back deck lid there of Kevin Harvick, making the separation of about 3 car lengths in the battle inside the top 10.
Further back, the driver with the freshest tires is Kyle Busch. He's now worked his way to the 16th spot. He's looking for more as he flashes by the start-finish line, chasing Joey Logano.
Logano's got about a car length in hand, and quite honestly, this is about as well as Joey Logano has run since that incident earlier tonight. He's keeping Kyle Busch at bay, at least for now.
Been watching Kyle Busch kind of work his way through the field here since we went back Green Flag Racing. He's been kind of picking them off one by one. He got by Harrison Burton and Carson Hocevar a little while ago. Now working on Joey Logano.
246 laps down. Hamlin, Larson, Reddick, Byron, and Eric Jones, your top 5. Then it's Kevin Harvick, Chris Buescher, and Bubba Wallace, who just continues to climb the leaderboard. Let's get more on Bubba.
Yeah, and for Bubba Wallace, it's been calm coaching from crew chief Booty Bark, who came on the radio just a handful of laps ago and said, reminder, you're the one who got us here. Remember, you had to tackle Watkins Glen and get those valuable points going into Daytona, so he knows his driver can do it after Bubba was really hard on himself after that spin earlier in the race. They made big adjustments the last couple times down pit road. Bubba came on the radio after Booty Barker and said, I got you guys. So Bubba motivated behind the wheel, trying to get this thing back up to the front.
Well, he continues to come up through the leaderboard. Talking about Bubba Wallace, who is up to 8. Now, just outside of the top 10, Ross Chastain and his teammate Daniel Suarez. Both of them were out to lunch, gone, lights out, forget about it. And now here we are as we begin to wind this thing down, 19 laps shy of one.
I'm going to shit my pants.
And like we talked about, if you're going to win a championship, you're going to have to figure out a way to dig and keep digging, even when it looks grim. And it did for that organization.
Wow. Are you kidding me? Are you serious? Someone finally decided to report my stream at this sort of time. Wow. know what? To whoever reported my stream right now, I hope that your school catches on fire and that you're the only one that gets stuck in there. Fuck you, is basically what I'm trying to say. Well, I'm going to get off of here and I'm going to restart the stream. So, guys, now you should consider subscribing. Because, again, if you don't subscribe, you're not going to be able to get notified for the next fucking stream that's going to pop up. So, I'm going to get off here and I'm going to restart the stream. Yeah, I'm restarting. Why the fuck would I leave? Anyways, love you guys. And, yeah.